Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Amazings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'm going to be your friendly... Now, the game we're playing today calls the Game Master the Warden, but I prefer to think of myself as the Mother, because I think that's what Aliens RPG calls you, and I like that quite a bit. So today we are going to be playing the latest in our player pick sessions for 2025. These are the games that were picked as the top picks by players when we asked what they wanted to play this year. And today we're going to be playing Sean McCoy's Mothership RPG. It's a small little sci-fi horror RPG inspired, it seems, by Aliens, obviously, and then things like Dead Space and whatnot. The version of the game we're playing, we just discovered before we went, I only own the 2018 version, the Zero Edition version. That's what we're playing. They made some changes to the way wounds and hit points work in the new version, as well as some other changes, I'm sure. But if you're seeing this game differ from the one you've got, if you backed the most recent Kickstarter of it, that's the reason, is because we're playing with the Zero Edition rules. With me today are the stars, our crew. Doomed crew? We'll see. The crew for our Mothership session. I will say as well, my first time running this game, I'm probably going to fuck some things up. It's only this long, so hopefully that's the likelihood of it is quite slim, but like that has never stood in my way before, so probably going to get some things wrong. I apologize for those who may be more mindful of such things, but let me introduce you to our crew. We'll start with our captain. First up is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I am playing Akari Heinlein. Great surname there. That someone else picked. But I like it. And I am a captain in terms of my rank and role. But my class is Marine.
Very nice.
And looking forward to seeing if we survive.
Nice. Next up is Darren.
Yeah, I am Archibald Gibson, who is a scientist, but also the first mate of the ship.
Very nice. And we say a big thanks to Darren. Darren has been gagging to play this game for literal minutes because he joined us at very much the last second. So thank you very much for joining us, Darren. Next up is David.
Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm playing Yusuf Bester, a teamster and a ship's technician.
Very nice. And our resident Mothership expert as well, too, because David has actually run this game before. So, which is not to say he's to blame for the things I fuck up, but we do have someone who's going to hopefully help with that. So, last but certainly not least is Sean.
Hello, I'm playing Asimov, the helpful android aboard. What can I do?
That's your android voice?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard it. Now I don't trust you at all, Sean. That was right just from that.
Everything's fine. Is there anything I can help with, Akari?
Yeah. So I will mention as well, we're going to be making use of material from the Dead Planet module. I think it's either the first or the second module that was, I can't remember if Pound of Flesh came out first or Dead Planet came out first, but if you intend on making use of this, to be honest, there's so much stuff that's reusable and like reskinnable and whatnot that we're using basically like 4 pages out of here, maybe less than that, 4 pages. So it will contain some spoilers for one of the opening sequences in this. And the last thing I'll say is for those who have not played Mothership before, obviously, like with any kind of role-playing game, you can run this game in a number of different ways. The way we're choosing to run it today is we're not trying to complete an adventure, we're playing for an experience. So that sounds very flaky perhaps, but the game is designed to sort of evoke a certain kind of experience at the table. That's what we're shooting for today. We're not trying to get to the end of a story or whatnot. We're just going to see what happens to these poor doomed souls. Anyway, guys, our scene opens in alternating blackness and flashing red. There is also a muffled sound that each can hear, and that is the sound of a warning klaxon. Something has clearly gone wrong on your vessel. I'm going to bring you over to... This is our bay on your ship. You are the... did we ever give a name to this ship? I don't think we did.
The USS Cordelia.
I did. Wow. Okay, look at that. The Cordelia. Kev earlier this week was on the fucking ball. The Cordelia is an interdiction ship. It is something designed to conduct inspections and to deter smugglers. It's equipped with a small contingent of, what did I say? Interdiction robots? What do we call them?
Enforcer bots.
Enforcer bots, right. Yeah. And a minimal crew. There are a number of different sort of navigable, jump lanes or whatnot. It is designed to pull ships out of jump space to conduct inspections and to interdict against smuggling as well. You are equipped with in addition to the 10, I've already forgotten what do we call them? What bots? Enforcer bots. Okay. I'm role-playing the amnesia of the androids at this point. What you can see is while the vessel is en route to where it's going to be interdicting, or while it's there, typically what happens is the humans remain in cryosleep until there is a vessel that has been dropped out of jump space, and then as coordinates everyone getting up, and then you go and do your inspection, interdiction, whatever you need to do. But something has clearly gone wrong here, because each of you has woken up in your own cryopod. There is still the frosting on the glass. There is this sort of, cradle-like quality to each of these. But none of the things, none of the canopies have opened. And somewhat horrifyingly, you can see Az standing in the middle of the cryo bay, his head kind of askew with a 1,000-yard stare that he was clearly not designed to evoke. Something has clearly gone wrong here. As this is when you suddenly come to once again, and you have no idea why you are in the cryo bay. You have no idea why the proximity alarms are going off, and you have no idea why the crew does not seem to be leaving their cryopods. Who would like to do something? Oh, also, everyone give us a fear check. With most games, we start with a perception check. This game feels like it should be a fear check first.
Yeah.
Or fear save, I suppose. Ooh.
Yikes.
Ooh.
I will say, so my fear saves made in the presence of androids have disadvantage. I'm just learning these.
That you make a fear save, or that...
Fear saves made in the presence of androids have disadvantage. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, so that means you guys, you all failed already, so you can't get more fail. Oh, yes, you can get a critical fail, which is what Archibald rolled. Because criticals are from doubles in this game. So...
right.
Okay.
It seems appropriate that we all have failed.
And I guess it means that you have to re-roll that then.
Let's see. Let's do it. All right. Fear.
Hold on. Do androids?
He causes fear in everyone else.
Yeah.
Isn't that the idea?
I think so.
How on earth even 85?
That's what was in there. I have no idea.
because androids don't feel fear the way fleshy mortal humans do.
I didn't change
it. Because at 85, yeah, they do. I was looking at the sheet for Marine. Okay.
I was gonna say, it wasn't me, man.
Roll a second. Oh, did it ask you if you were going to roll with advantage or disadvantage?
It did. I didn't do anything about that, though.
Okay, so let's roll a second time without any modifier, without advantage or disadvantage. Let's see. So those who failed, pretty good. So then, you see here, Bester and Heinlein, you each get one stress, which is your blue bar. And Archie, would you give us a 1d3 roll, please? You gain 2 stress.
Oh, jeez.
Then, what do you guys wish to do? Or who would like to take an action?
It's obviously abnormal that the pods aren't opening on their own, right, Kevin?
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
These things should open up automatically, and there should be a gradual reawakening. Something has happened here to jerk you awake.
So I go over to the captain's pod, and I see that he's animated. You know that she is animated.
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm not like, even despite failing that check. I think that's something you know about me probably at this point is that I'm feeling fear, but I'm never trying to show it as the captain, but it's definitely there. So I'm not panicking physically, but you've probably seen my eye like that. I'm very well aware that something bad has happened, and I'm worried about it. And I'm getting ready to start pushing on the pod to get it open.
So I bend over your pod and I say, with my face close to the glass, would you like to get out of the pod, Captain?
Yes.
You guys don't appreciate it. I've asked Sean before the session to make sure everything he asks of your characters could be taken as a threat.
He's doing an excellent job.
There were no secret notes passed from the GM to me. I'm just, as far as anyone knows.
Right.
I will try to affect a opening pod if I can. I will look at the controls.
Yeah, sure. So if you think there's a skill that you would use, you can go ahead and click on that. You'll have advantage on this because this is a pretty typical process, even in the event of power loss.
Computers seems reasonable.
Yep, I buy that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Nice.
So there is, you activate the computer and you realize that there is no power that is being routed to here as there should be, but there is a crank mechanism that you can kind of get the thing off, and then once it's unlatched, Captain, you're able to sort of work with Az and get it open. Archie and Yusuf, what's going on with you two while this is happening? Archie, you're the one who critically failed your fear check.
Yeah. I would imagine that the captain and Az can hear this thumping as he's just slamming his fists against the top of this thing. Now he's seen Az walk past. It's like, get me out! He can probably just about hear it.
Give us a strength check with disadvantage, just to represent how hard it is to force these things open.
Okay. Disadvantage.
If you think there's a skill that would apply to it, with all these things I'm asking you guys to do, if there's a skill that you think would apply, go ahead and use that instead.
I think he's just
Nice, you're just fucking pounding
slamming
away on it. How about you, Yusuf?
I think Yusuf will sort of like take a deep breath and just like this piece of junk, and then will reach for whatever I assume there will be some kind of interior emergency mechanical release latch. Just like, oh, this will be the death of me, and then sort of try it. Yeah.
Love it. What are you thinking? Like mechanical repair or?
Yeah, I guess heavy machinery. No,
heavy machinery I buy as well.
Yeah, mechanical repair. Yeah.
Okay. Go and get that with advantage. You're familiar with this ship, the Cordelia.
And strength or intellect?
Dealer's choice. One would be the awkwardness.
It seems like a sort of like a lever type thing that has to be manually moved. So I'll think strength probably.
Sure. It sticks, but you're able to sort of force it. Yours pops open, and you can hear now Az is talking to the captain, and you can hear the thumping on Archie's pod. What are you guys doing?
I will say, Captain, shall I help Archibald?
Yes, as soon as possible, please. And I'll rush over to help out Yusuf.
Very good. Now we'll go over to the first mate. Archibald, you the first mate? Yeah, I'll go to first mate.
He just leans into the pod. Who's the first mate now? Huh?
No, there's no sarcasm. I'll have no sarcasm from. But I do lean over and I say, "Is it not working, first mate Archibald?"
I think he wouldn't have even realised there's other he's just panicking. Just get me out, get me out, get me out, and he'd be just banging.
I understand. And I will try to get it to work.
Sure, same thing. Computers with advantage.
Okay.
That's critical success.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So it pops open, and with a big gasp of air, Archie, I think. What do you say as Archie's trying to get his way out?
I say, success. There you are, first mate. How are you feeling?
I'd just be scrambling out. I'd just completely ignore him. I'll be just like falling on the floor, getting out as quick as possible, taking big gasps of breath.
Okay.
Them things are going to kill me one day.
Well, you look quite spry, I say as you ignore me and go by.
What does the captain find when she pulls Yusuf out of the cryopod?
I think Yusuf will sort of stand up, will sort of look at the captain like, I did maintenance. I swear, I don't know what's wrong with this piece of junk. We'll do an upgrade, I hope. Anyways, is the klaxon just like a standard one? Is there any sort of like warning message to go with it, like collision imminent? Self-destruction initial, or is it just like sort of standard?
If you check
klaxon.
Yeah, if you check the, I'm assuming there's some kind of like interface. If you go over there, what you find is the interface is dead. So you hit this a couple of times. It's not that it's not getting power, it's that something must have gone wrong with the central computer. Because there still is things going in, but it's feeding no useful information. This is typically where you would ask, as is the one who is left awake, to monitor everything that's going on and to figure out why you're, why you are being awakened. Presumably you would be getting ready to interdict some vehicle, or at least to intercept some vehicle or some spacecraft. This is all sorts of things that are going wrong. Also, Az has not told you, as is his programming, we've encountered X, there's Y things that have been revealed on scan so far, and Z is our time until interdiction. So why hasn't...
my automatic... Oh, sorry, Kevin.
Oh, go ahead, George. No.
I probably, as a captain, my normal SOP is to say to everybody, okay, and you sit rep from everybody right now. Yusuf, what are you seeing on this with regard to the systems?
Nothing. Looks like, well, we have power, thankfully, but looks like any computers on the fritz shut down. I don't know. Az? Any idea?
Regretfully, I have no information to answer your question.
Wait, hold on, before we get to Archie. What do you mean you have no information? Meaning, were you not aware of the circumstances that caused us to be in this situation?
I'm disappointed to say that I was offline until a few moments ago.
Can you do a diagnostic and see how long you were offline?
I will attempt to, Captain.
Sure. You can give us I think there's like an android. What is it? Robotics. Do you have a robotics skill? Or artificial intelligence?
Robotics is a master, I think. Looks like it's a master. I do not have robotics. That's a master one. I don't have it.
You don't have artificial intelligence?
I don't. That's master too. No.
This is a bit of an insulting question, hey?
Yeah, I realized. I was trying to ignore.
You can give us a computers check then, if you'd like, with intellect.
Okay. Negative, which seems appropriate in this case, maybe.
Like you remember the last interdiction that took place maybe 2 months ago? There's no recollection of what's happened since then. It's been with that roll, it's difficult to tell whether it's been wiped, whether you suffer damage, or it's a combination of the two.
Yeah, the data I have.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The data I have, Captain, is it's imperfect. I don't know the cause.
Well, Archie, do you happen to see anything on the sensors that would have caused us to come to a stop suddenly? Like the ship would stop, Kevin, right? That's what you said? Are we still moving?
Look, there's no portholes or anything in here. It would be irresponsible to have it something like that in where the crowd pods are. Sensors do appear to be offline as well.
Everything's offline.
I mean, we're drifting blind.
But if everything's offline, how can the klaxon be going? The sensors must have picked something up for the alarms to go off. What's going on?
Question, first mate.
And we do have, seems at least so far, we have some kind of circulating air here, as far as I can tell.
Life support
seems to be
intact.
functioning.
Yeah. Although those are the ones that have the most redundancy in them. The cryopods, the way that they suddenly woke you and then you were able to manually extract yourself from them, that's likewise sort of a security precaution or another redundancy in the event that everything shuts down. That still persists, and it immediately wakes you, and it immediately gives you a way to get out.
Okay. Is there are there separate sections for on the ship for the engine? There's an engineering section, etc.
There will be. So I didn't bother to do a layout of the ship because you're probably not going to spend much time here. You're all going to be dead very quick. I mean,
just wondered if we should all go. Maybe we should go to the bridge, or we should go to different places.
Places you could go: the bridge, life support, the computer, jump drive, weapons, cargo hold, quarters.
Does the still serve a purpose? It doesn't bother me, but I realize humans may feel differently about the klaxon, Captain. Would you like me to disable?
That's actually good thinking. Go right ahead and do that, please.
Very good, Captain. I will try to affect that, Kevin.
No more luck with it than what Yusuf had. You'll need to go to the central computer if you wish to.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get to the bridge and have a look outside? What's going on?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yusuf, if you want to go to engineering, that's fine, but the rest of us at least should go to the bridge, but you can join us if you wish. I'll leave it to you.
I'll go and check the engine. You fix the computer.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll see what we can figure out from the bridge, and then we may have to split up and do some other things between the ads and Archibald and myself.
Okay. So a lot of you go outside. You can picture you're all walking down the corridor for a brief time. Yusuf pulls off in one direction, Az goes into another, and the other two go down, up a ladder, and then onto the bridge. Who would like to learn what they find first?
I'll point out that I'm not good at anything in particular. I'm more of a jack of all trades. So you guys are the experts.
Typical manager.
Exactly. Yeah, I have failed upwards. As this game does work, I have failed upwards.
So who do we want to start with?
And I'm going with the captain, right? I'm going with.
Are you? You're not going to the computer?
Oh yeah. I see. Different room.
Yeah, I thought Yusuf told you to go there.
Yes, that sounds good.
Already the android's like, no.
I feel like it makes sense what you guys think if we start with the computers, because that'll help us, if we need to get some things back online for the rest of us to do stuff, then maybe we have a shot at doing that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Cool.
So Az makes his way to, and I'm picturing something similar to Mother, where there's the little corridor and there's the special access in there to keep the thing safe. There's no power in there, so you're going to have to, or limited power, so you're going to have to manually gain access. Az, give us a computers check at disadvantage, please.
All right.
I'll tell you the reason for disadvantage in a moment. Kev, did you let us skill up our levels just so you can keep giving us disadvantage?
Seriously. Ooh, I'm okay.
Okay,
Nice.
good roll, Az. So
You're messing with an android, GM.
oh boy,
He's the-
Android
he's the-
GM was the
he's
name of my
mother.
Android GM was the name of my Radiohead cover band in high school.
There you go.
So what you're able to do as is you're able to make use of the power and get some limited controls back. So cool. As you guys are making your way to the bridge or to engineering, power starting to come back on in different locations. But what you can see as with a roll with disadvantage, there has been a combination of and normally what would be in here is, in addition to all the other types of information you get, including, you know, communication from Central, what you find is that there has been damage that has recently occurred where there was inadvertent shutdown, and fortunately it's not irreparable, but it is going to take time to get that back up and running. You can see that the jump drive is down and non-functional. You can see that the grapnel has been deployed because there's a read that's going on for the tensile strength of it. You can also tell that the last batch of information or communications from Central have been intentionally wiped, and the location of where you are has been intentionally wiped. You have no independent recollection of what's been going on, so you can't tell where you should have been going and where you've ended up, but wherever you are, the computer intentionally wiped that information as soon as you left the jump, and then there was subsequent damage to the computer from some kind of source.
And are we the only people, humans and me? That's it, right? There's no
Yep.
other crew. Okay.
No other crew. There's the
All right.
10 security bots, but so we'll leave you there. Who would like to go next? Bester or the bridge crew?
I'll go next.
Okay. So you're getting down into there and into the engine area, and it's within like maybe time of grabbing your tools and such that you begin seeing the proper lights come on in here, and you're like, yes. You know, he's clearly got something working. What are you intending on doing here? Is it just a inspection? Is it a...
Yeah, I think it's just making sure the power source and all is running smoothly. There's nothing that would lead to like some kind of critical failure or anything that would make it so it's like dead in space. Obviously, we have some power at the moment, but just like some routine check, making sure it's all
Sure.
operating.
What are you thinking? Do you have a vehicle specialization with Cordelia? Or is it mechanical repair?
Ooh, I do not. So mechanical repair.
Got it. Give us this one. Will be with advantage because you know the Cordy. Let's see. Nice. So the jump drive is offline, and not only offline, there is a coil that is a core component of it, and it has been utterly polluted with some kind of what would be a discrete form of radiation. There's some kind of energy that it has been exposed to that has utterly contaminated the coil, such that it is not going to function. You are unable to get to back into jump space until you figure some fucking way of cleansing this stuff. It's not like the type of sort of gravity well stuff you would use to pull someone out of jump drive. This is something that has washed across this and has made it so that you're just not going any further until substantive basically washing of the coil is done. And there is a bit of a problem with that, because in order to do that, the only way you can think of doing that is by using kind of like a second coil as a kind of magnetic tool to pull this exotic energy off of the exotic particles off of the coil and onto some other one. You may be able to come up with some other way, but like this is a like, how the hell did this happen? How is this even possible kind of situation?
Is this sort of thing that would naturally possibly occur, or is it something that would have to hit some? So this was intentionally.
The coil can.
And would it be done? Could it be done from the outside of the vessel, or would it have to be from the inside of the vessel?
I think the difficulty is with the exotic particles that are now contaminating this thing. You're not even sure where they would come from. So whether this is a weapon, whether it's a naturally occurring thing, whether it is exposure to some other kind of engine, like you're not even sure. You do have the capacity to analyze the engine well enough to try and figure out what it is. But then one thing you can see, the nature of the way that these exotic particles are bound here, the most obvious way to cleanse it is to use another coil to just cleanse it off, and that is the exotic part of, or the most expensive part of a ship. You don't carry a spare around. Plus, if you have two, you could potentially have a jump malfunction. So, yeah. So that, like, good news, the engine's up and running. Bad news is what the I will let you give us. You're going to be able to get a better result. Do you have any science training at all? What is your
I have engineering and robotics in terms of.
Yeah, give us an engineering check at disadvantage. You don't have mathematics, do you? Mathematics or physics? Okay. I was just asking you to roll to see if you had any idea what these particles may be or what other effect they may have. You're just sort of scratching your head right now like, well, this might explain why. For the bridge crew, if we could turn to them for a moment. You guys are making your way to the bridge, and now that you're out of jump space, what you find is there is normally there's a bulkhead that goes down over the view screen. There is like a porthole view screen type thing in the front here. That is open, which is SOP when you get into a interdiction situation. And let me show you what you guys can see.
And Kevin, as you're doing that, do we feel like, oh, well, let's talk about this first.
So what you can see is you can tell, you guys obviously are sort of arriving at roughly the same time as is fucking around with the computer and Yusuf is fucking around with the engine. You guys get here, and what you can see is the cord for the grapnel has been deployed and is attached to a vessel that is much bigger than the Cordelia. The Cordy is probably about a third of the size of this vessel, and you can see on the side of it in big block English, in English, in lettering is the Alexis. The name means nothing to any of you. But with the grapnel deployed, that typically is what you would do when you were trying to board a vessel. However, there doesn't appear to be any power or lights on in the Alexis. It seems as if you and the Alexis are drifting, and there are hundreds of other vessels of different levels of dereliction. I don't think that's state of decay, derelict, state of, I don't know. A lot of derelict vessels.
I mean, yeah.
Drifting around here as well. To your right, you can see that you are in orbit over a baleful red planet. And there is a massive moon that seems to be drifting along, and all the derelict vessels seem to be caught in that kind of area between. The collision sensor, the klaxons that were going off, with how close you are in proximity to some of these things, that would explain why all of this was going off. And I think this is when, as your characters are taking this in, why don't you each give us a fear check as well? Just the captain and Archie.
Okay. Advantage or disadvantage or anything, Kev?
I think advantage, because you guys are a pretty seasoned crew, so...
Okay. There we go.
Each of you get
It did not matter.
one more stress. How are you feeling seeing that this is the situation? The only person who could have deployed the grapnel would have been Az, and he made no mention of it.
I already have a theory developing, and I very much do not like it because it goes beyond just what our current situation is. But in terms of like what we'll have to deal with later. But right now we are in a ship graveyard for some reason. And obviously have not gotten Bester's report yet, but I just immediately go like there's something about where we are that's bad news.
And Archie?
Yeah, there's definitely, a few beads of sweat starting to appear. I don't know what's caused this, but we need to get the hell out of here as soon as we can.
I think you're right. Question is, how are we going to do that?
That's, I think, when power suddenly returns. So you guys are kind of shocked by the sound of, there is both the like Amber Alert kind of, not Amber Alert, there's no missing kids in this dead planet. The
on top of
Yellow
everything, there's a
Alert.
missing kid.
Yeah, y'all get the text messages too. The Yellow Alert, which is the standard protocol for when you are you've already activated the grapnel. When you're preparing to board, the grapnel is sort of a thing of last resort. So why it would be deployed here is, I don't know, like there must be some reason why that was used rather than just trying to dock or whatever. The other thing is the proximity sensors. And the proximity sensors in open space typically are pretty wide open. With the amount of shit that's drifting around here, they must be going nuts with things kind of clattering and tinking off the outside of the hull. I imagine that you may be thinking... I imagine that you may be contemplating that like one of these fast-moving and harder projectiles, if it is drifting around the entire planet, could puncture the hull or cause other damage, or maybe that's what's gone wrong with the jump drive. Comms are back up, guys, so you can communicate with one another now if you like.
I think before we start the communication, I just, after Archie, says we have to get out of here, and I agree, I say, I feel like if I had to make a guess right now, based on the shit we've seen before, we were sent here on an off-the-books mission to perhaps get a hold of whatever's on that ship that must have gotten caught up in whatever has caused us from here.
Think more Coast Guard than Special Forces. This is not something
I was
you guys
thinking more corporate. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
No. You guys are blue collar. Like you interdict, you check paperwork, you send people on the way. Technically, you're armed, so you could take in like if there's pirates or whatnot. But this is much more, off the coast of Kentucky, of whatever, some eastern seaboard place. This isn't like sailing off the coast of Africa,
Okay, cool. So then I go, I would like to do something, but actually it's my break. So I'll... No, so then I say, like, I do think that I'm, like, trying to put this pieces all together, and clearly it's all related somehow. The fact that we're grapneled to a giant ship makes absolutely no sense to me, unless, because it's normally used for boarding, for some reason we were meant to get somebody
Yeah.
Whoever that might have been was trying to get us on board that ship for a certain reason. But so we have to.
You don't know that it's not just a jump malfunction right now, right? You don't have. Yusuf hasn't shared what's gone on with the engine. Az hasn't told you anything about the.
I'm saying we're grappled. Usually, when we grapple something, it's for boarding, right?
Yep.
So I just think that we have grappled this thing to board it. Somebody did, and I don't know what happened there. But we need to not be grappled to this thing. We might get pulled into the planet. I don't know. Like, it just seems like a bad idea to be grappled to a giant thing when we got to try to get out of here. So now, as the comms come back on, I guess we'll hear some kind of something static or something that tells us that they've come back on.
Yeah, there's a squeal of putting a speaker too close to a walkie.
Right. As Yusuf, what's going on with you?
It's sort of a bad news, good news, more bad news situation, Captain. Jump drive is working, we have power, but there is what I believe the technical term is space gunk all over the coil, so no jumping till we get it fixed. Get it fixed, I think we need another coil, which we don't have, so I hope we have... local travel is fine, but just no jumping. So hopefully there's some other ship that is... do we know where we are? So yeah, so we're fine for now, just can't jump. But we get the space gun cleaned.
That is a good question. I don't know if we know where we are. But as of what have you found so far with the computer?
Oh, as is vocal.
Oh, yes, awesome.
Vocoder is malfunctioning, so to Mo.
Now it wasn't just me.
Captain, it seems to be the interior ship's communications have been restored. Jump drive is offline as technician Yusuf.
The most obvious.
I know. I turned to Archibald. I'm just like, can you believe this guy?
Comprehensiveness is important, Captain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. Continue, please.
Jump drive is offline as technician Yusuf has, as I seem to have overheard. Strangely, recent communications have been wiped. No explanation. There is damage to the computer from an unknown source. Fortunately, it appears that it can be possibly repaired. Is that right, Kevin? It can be repaired?
The damage to the computer can be repaired as well. Yeah.
Okay. Data regarding the...
give us just a regular computers check, please.
All right.
No advantage, no disadvantage.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Negative.
Okay. Carry on.
Okay. Data regarding the ship's destination also been wiped, Captain. The grapnel seems to have malfunctioned. It has been deployed for reasons unknown. That is my report at this time, Captain.
Excellent work. Stating some of the obvious. But it's a good question, Yusuf. I do not know actually where we are. I don't know. Darren, do you have any sensors or any... Actually, I don't know what the skills are.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to get onto the systems, do any scans of the ship, see if there's anyone on board that shouldn't be on board, any local scans, try and work out where we are, scans of the other ship if there's life form. I'm trying to get anything, any scanners and any systems.
Sure. Go ahead and give us a computer check with advantage. If there is another skill you think would apply, I'm happy to have you use that.
No, I haven't got anything else, I don't think. Oh, that'll be intelligence rather than something else. Whoa.
Nice roll. Holy smokes.
Amazing.
All right. Scanning the Alexis. It appears to be off. There's no lights on it whatsoever, but it is just running in a low power cycle with its engines currently offline. The ship's atmosphere appears to be intact, but there are no signs of life, and there are power fluctuations that involve some kind of exotic particle that the sensors have no ability to categorize. There's some kind of energy going off on the vessel that is utterly unknown to the Cordy.
I think I'll be intrigued by that because he's obviously a scientist. He's got his pathology and he's got his xenobiology
Give
stuff.
us a xenobiology check, please, with advantage.
It's weird that they have a xenobiology skill in this game.
It feels like it has the design aesthetic of the back of a bar napkin, right? Like, this is in keeping with the old school shit. It feels like a lot of the stuff came up during some session. Like, we should really have a skill like that. Like, fine. All the weird little like cul-de-sacs of rules in D&D. This is just a microcosm of classic AD&D that way. Great roll. Okay, so
yeah, nice.
You actually managed to narrow the scan based on your experience with not just xenobiology, but like any kind of things. The setting is kind of like the alien setting, or at least the default, where like maybe there's evidence of aliens, but like no one knows them or interacts with them. This isn't Star Trek. This is, much more alien or aliens. So anything that may have been alive in the galaxy is long dead now. And probably when you do recover that shit, it's in the hands of powerful corporations anyway. But don't worry, they're not going to do anything sinister with it. How would you suggest that? What was your name that suggested that there was something sinister? I just want to check your payroll.
That's Mr. Smith to you?
Yeah, right.
Kevin, also, is English like the lingua franca of space, or
I think so for today's session. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
We're kind of adopting that like American, sci-fi film of like the 70s. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What you're able to find is it's offline, but the jump drive is just rife with whatever these exotic particles are on the Alexis. And there is some source in their cargo hold that is likewise attributed with that. There's some link where whether one is fueling the other one or there is something coming out. There does appear to be a stream of it from that vessel to your vessel as well.
Oh.
And if you...
Not visible.
Not visible, but on the scan, like knowing now what you're looking for, if you run a side diagnostic, you can hear the chattering of the computer and, on a black screen, green lettering kind of like across, what you would see is that your engine is likewise rife with these exotic particles. There is something, a final thing that is kind of curious. There's no life signs on here, but there does appear to be pockets of these exotic materials that are collected around certain places on the ship. And all of them are about the size of what a human body would be.
And that's our ship or their ship?
On the Alexis, not on the Cordy.
Okay.
I believe... See, did I remember to load it? Hold up.
And is that the same size as the one on the jump drive on our ship? Did I say?
Their jump drive would be a little larger than.
I know,
what...
but the sort of bio stuff or the particle stuff in our jump drive, is that made up of a similar sort of human size?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, no. In your jump drive, no, it's contaminated the entire coil. The coil on the Alexis's jump drive, likewise contaminated with those exotic particles.
Okay. Yeah, Captain, I think you should have a look at this, and I'll
come over.
sort of show him the the scans, and these particles, they're almost in the shape of a sort of human, or certainly the size of a human. I'm not saying it's a creature, but it seems to have reached out from that other ship.
Sorry, I may have been not clear in what I was describing. There are little pockets of collections of those things that look like they're human size all across the ship, as if there are bodies on the ship that are collecting these particles as well. There is also other ships. There's not like a human shape. It's not like the giant of, what is it, not Cornwall, whatever the big giant in the hill thing is. So there's not like a shape.
There's individual bodies,
it looks like
as the idea
there may be bodies that are contaminated, which makes you worry about, like, well, fuck, are we getting contaminated with this as well?
So it's almost like they're sticking to stuff.
Precisely.
And sort of,
yeah. None of the...
Right, so you have no idea. Yeah.
None of the smaller things...
You don't have any idea what those particles... Go ahead,
No, go ahead, George. Go ahead.
I'm talking... So Archibald, I'm assuming you have no idea what these particles are. Have you seen this before?
Not this exact thing, but similar maybe. It gives me an idea that it's almost alien, I guess would be the best description.
There, guys, is the deck plans for the Alexis.
Cool.
The one on the bottom there,
awesome.
I'm assuming is the mid section. The one on the top, it's a bit of an unclear layout in this.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep.
So the top section, which is separate, that is the bridge. The bottom is the mid section, and then the top right section is the kind of, what is it, the ventral area, the lowest deck.
Right, like that crew quarters-y looking part with like beds and stuff. Okay.
And maybe what I'll do is let me grab. Go ahead, George.
I guess I would ask you, Archibald. I will ask Archibald. You think you can identify at least the type of particles, whether they're biological or of some other source that we maybe not even aware of, based on your theory?
I can try and do some more scans. I mean, he's got pathology as well, so...
Like, I think you'd be able to recognize the particles again, but they're exotic particles, so you have no earthly idea what... They may defy the whole biological, non-biological spectrum.
Yeah.
So this is probably easier. So this here, guys, is... let me get that thing close. That there is the bridge deck. This is the middle deck here with the airlock, and then this is the ventral lowest deck here.
Cool.
This appears to be the crew quarters as well, like right in there. There. Just careful what you eat.
And it looks like, are these things here like those lifter exoskeletal types of things? Okay, that's cool. Awesome.
So the next thing I was going to ask, is there any other ships close enough that I could scan to see if they've been affected by a similar...
You can give us... the trouble is the particles are also interfering with sensors. You can give us another computer's check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's there's whatever else is being given off. You're able to detect a couple of ships in various states. Nothing seems alive. Like everything does seem to be dead. But when you're trying to narrow the scan on everything, whatever is going on here is interfering with.
This stuff is definitely affecting our scanners, but I've got a theory that this could be what's causing the problems on the other ships. It seems to be spreading, maybe.
Meaning the reason that there's some sort of area where all these ships have found their found themselves stranded.
It seems strange that it's the jump drive which has gone down first or been affected first, as if it knows what it's doing. If there's some sort of intelligence there, maybe, or a weapon someone's
or
using
something
it.
About. Yeah, that's true. Or perhaps even something about the jump drives, something they produce, or something about them that attracts these particles, perhaps.
But then it seems to then spread across the rest of the ship.
Right. I guess the question is,
Captain, have your desires for the klaxon changed since we discussed it in the cryo chamber?
No, and just for future reference, they're not going to change. So, is there anything you can do about it now?
I'll look into it since I have checked with you, Captain.
Excellent. Yusuf, what do you have? What do you feel like needs to be done now in engineering?
Well, if we want to get out of here, we need to clean the coils. Ideally, did I hear you say that there are other ships? We get a coil from another ship. Could set up a magnetic. I'll spare you the details. I could try and clean our coil, so we could jump, but it require a coil from another ship to do so. And yeah, we'll see if it works. But I'm fairly confident I can jury-rig something. But an ingredient, a second coil that isn't infected by whatever this space gunk is.
Would you give us a let's see, mechanical repair check, please, Yusuf, with advantage because you know the Cordy.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are down to half for maneuver thrusters. It seems as if the proximity sensor may have triggered because of a collision with something on one of your maneuver engines, which means you will be maneuvering around if you disconnect from this and then maneuvering around, setting aside whatever, centripetal forces may be present because of the connection between the vessels and changing. You're going to have to navigate around through this ship graveyard with only half thrusters for maneuvering thrusters. Speed isn't the issue. Avoiding stuff is going to be the issue.
And is all of this in like a geosynchronous orbit, or does it seem to be like slowly spiraling down toward the planet because of gravity?
Everything seems to be, if you're taking time to do that, it will take time to run that thing, but Archie could check that.
That'd be great. Just figuring out what all the threats are.
Okay. So while Archie is calculating that, is there anything that the rest of the crew wishes to do?
I'll look to turn off the klaxon.
Okay. Done.
Oh, finally.
I ring the bridge.
I'm expecting it.
Captain, the klaxon has been canceled.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. I'm guessing you were responsible for that.
Yes, Captain. Is there anything else I can help with?
What's your assessment of what needs to be done with the computer?
Kevin, do I have any since systems are back up? Is it?
You could start working on that if you like while Archie's calculating this sort of stuff. Okay, and then Yusuf, anything you wish to do?
Do we have the equipment on board to do a spacewalk and potentially repair the maneuverability thrusters?
You could,
the maneuver thrusters too.
Yeah, I mean, you could assess the damage during that first, and then determine what needs to be done.
Because I think that's what Yusuf would suggest he does. Just get a better idea of what might have impacted it, and if it is repairable or.
Okay.
If you suggest that, David, I will, over the comm, I will say, I'll come down and help you. Archie, can you continue this calculations here while I go down and help Yusuf?
Yep, I'll be on comms if you need me.
Sounds
Okay.
good. I'm going to head down to meet up with Bester.
Okay. Yeah, because if one thing that may have crossed one or both of your minds is that if there is some impact that damaged the maneuvering thruster, it's gonna be because something's been drifting around out there as well. So taking a spacewalk is going to be it's never a walk in the park necessarily. It'll be more hazardous now. So
Yeah.
you guys get suited up and you're getting ready to go outside. Archie, why don't you give us a roll for the computers, I think. I don't think with advantage or disadvantage. Here's what you're able to pick up. You are certain now that the moon is tidally locked with this planet. It is moving along at the precise spot, so the moon is always over the exact same place and facing towards the exact same place. That would create a unique kind of gravitic phenomena and may explain this kind of sargasso that you find yourself in right now. Whether ships are drifting down or up towards either of those heavenly bodies is not clear from it, because in addition to the distortion from whatever is on board the Alexis, there's further interference with the unusual gravity arrangement on this. Suffice it to say, this is an incredibly unusual arrangement. This is gods playing with toys level of specific rearranging of heavenly bodies.
Yeah, I should relay that across the comms.
Okay.
Oh, we're probably going to be holding here for a while.
Would you give us a computers check, neither advantage nor disadvantage?
Okay.
And then you can tell us what... Well, let's see if you succeed or not. Okay.
Negative. Close.
What were you focusing on? Trying to recover the lost data, like the damage, trying to restore damaged systems?
Yeah, I think focusing on the damage to the computer, how extensive and possible repairs.
Okay. So you are doing so, and it's just not... you're not able to fully run the diagnostics the way you want. You keep running into sort of damaged areas as part of the processing. So it'll hit a damaged area. You'll realize you'll have to reprogram the way you're doing your diagnostics. You start running that, run into a similar problem. And then, guys, we hit... Let me just turn over this. Definitely not a turn tracker. I'd like... Would you kindly give us a body save, please?
Oh, man.
Neither advantage nor disadvantage.
Come on, Az.
Negative.
Damn it.
The lights flicker out. The emergency lighting comes on. So, Captain and Yusuf, you are in the airlock. You sort of got each other off, and then everything goes down. Comms, lights, functioning doors. Archie, you have just completed your scan. You've learned that these two things are in perfect locked formation. All power goes off. And I'd like you to act as if you aren't aware of anything you have learned since you first heard them banging on the inside of their cryopods. You seem to be in the computer bay. Why are you in the computer bay, and why are all the lights on emergency lighting? Comms are out, computer is down. What do you guys do? Oh, first off, if anyone feels they should make a fear check, please go ahead.
I think I should.
Actually, hold on.
I don't want to.
I don't know if we've done a panic check yet, guys.
We haven't. I was actually going to ask you when that gets triggered, when panic checks get triggered.
Whenever you encounter a horrific creature for the first time, lose more than half your hit points, gain a hit, get hit by a critical hit, critically fail to save, see a crew member die, see more than one crew member panic, or your ship loses more than half its hull. We're not quite there yet. So why doesn't everyone who feels it's appropriate give us a fear check?
I will actually, but if we failed this fear check critically, that would trigger a.
I was going to say, I critically failed one earlier, so I'm going to do a fear test now to make up for it, I think.
A panic test? Sure.
Well,
if you missed doing a panic test, you could do a panic test now.
All right. Okay. So, what does that mean?
Is there a button on the sheet for panic? It's 2d10, and you want to roll.
Yeah, I didn't see one.
Over the stress you've got so far.
I can't see anything that says that.
I don't think there is one, but yeah, you can just.
So just 2d10, did you say?
Yeah, there's not. That's weird. They've got.
No, I was surprised. Everything else was on here, and it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, 2d10. Oh.
No, I can try to reprogram this, Kevin. Apparently, no, I don't want to try to do that anymore today. No.
So yeah, then Archie, you're fucking tested for panic, but you've kept it under control.
Nice.
What isn't? If you have failed your stress, go ahead and failed the fear check. Go ahead and add 1 to your stress.
Yeah, I'm up to 5 now.
Okay. Then, what is everyone doing?
I think I head to the crowd chamber.
Sorry?
I think I head to the. I don't know what's going on, so I think I'm going to check on the crew in the crowd chamber.
Oh, love it! Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So you open that and start making your way down to the crowd chamber. Captain and Yusuf, what are you guys doing? Remember, you can't talk to one another, but you could do that old spacer thing and put the helmets together so the vibration would allow you to talk.
Yeah.
Did it feel like a physical impact of the ship or some kind of...
No, it just suddenly everything
just
went off. Yeah.
Were we about to actually exit the ship, or were we like? We're fully suited up, or what's
You're in the like the decom, whatever you call it, the decom chamber
decompression chamber.
Yeah. So you would be about to activate that to get ready to do the spacewalk.
Okay.
You haven't started it yet, though.
Okay. So it's not like it's open partway or anything.
No.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right, then I will, with our visors, against each other. I have any idea what just happened?
Critical power loss. The gun could have maybe effed up trying to fix the computers. Maybe shut everything down. Seems a bit off.
I feel like we should head back in and see what's going on, but we've got to get this door back open.
I'm not opening the outer airlock door while we have no power, Captain.
So while you're making your...
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, while Az is making his way down towards the crowd pods, you happen to see that there is someone in the airlock. There's actually 2 people in the airlock because their suits have the little illuminated lights on it. So you could see someone is moving in the airlock. They should all be in cryo. Are you being boarded?
I will investigate.
Okay, so the 2 of you are talking to one another, and perhaps at some point you turn the lights over to the little porthole leading out into the ship.
Yeah, face right on the, I'm going in for a good look.
Yeah, why are they up, Az?
I'm going to knock on it.
Okay.
I give it a bang.
Can I hear that?
He is made of polymer and whatnot, so he can bang hard enough for you to hear.
Okay, cool. I'll turn around and look, and then I'll walk up to the little viewport between us and him, and say, just mouth what happened and shrug.
I say, I'll wave him in and look questioningly.
Okay. There is a way to manually override the airlock so long as the exterior airlock is still closed, and it appears for visual inspection that it's there. Yusuf, you would be the one probably best equipped to know this. There's no... You haven't started the equalization stuff, so like you're going to be equalized with the interior. It should just be a matter of like forcing this thing open. Go ahead and give us a...
Force it open.
Yeah, if the two of you start working on it, give us a strength check with advantage.
Would athletics count?
Yep, I buy that.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You pull it open. Oh, and if you guys want to take your either like open the things up or whatever, what is your reaction to why aren't they in cryo?
Yeah, Captain, I was not advised that the crew had been released from the cryo pods. Have you been up long?
Quick glance to Yusuf. What do you mean? You helped us get out.
I'll just cock my head and.
So let's check back in with our first mate.
Yeah, good. Perfect.
What's Archie been doing during this time?
I think he was gonna go a bit crazy and start panicking, but I think it actually like put him into high alert instead, because he seemed to like pass out with flying colours. Yeah. So he's actually thinking, "Oh God damn it, someone's done something," and he's gonna. I assume it's a computer room where there's like the equivalent of a fuse box or whatever when like the power goes down. Is it?
Yeah, it could be one of two things that went wrong. It's either the computer not routing power properly, or it's the engine itself that has had something.
So I think he'd probably go to the computer room first because he knows that we've been having issues, and so I think he'd be heading straight to there, try and find a flashlight or something.
So that's probably when you can overhear the conversation that's going on between the rest of the crew and Az, where which is not to say that you're not part of the crew, Az, of course. You're a very valuable member of the equipment. I mean, crew. Sorry, crew. So you guys are, Archie, you can hear that they're talking, and maybe you overhear them ask Az, like, well, you helped us out. What is Az's response to that?
I cock my head, look at him quizzically, that I've learned from humans, and I say,
and cats.
Have I seen cats? Do you think I've seen a cat?
Oh yeah, maybe not. Although I like the idea of you keeping a holographic pet while everyone else is in, And
ships may have had cats. I like that may be a thing. Who knows? But anyway, I say, Captain, regretfully, my data is imperfect.
All right. Can you run a self-diagnostic on you? I mean, something strange, very strange is going on. The last time, when you woke us up the last time, which was, and I give the rough estimate of like 30 minutes or whatever it was ago, you told us essentially the same thing, that you had lost your memory.
Ago.
Okay. But nearly an hour ago, you woke us up and you told us that you didn't remember anything for 2 months.
If you run
Strange,
a quick diagnostic,
I do not recall that conversation. Yeah,
but if you do run a diagnostic, Az, that's exactly what you recall. 2 months ago.
My diagnostic shows that the last data I have is from 2 months ago.
Correct.
Yeah, somehow it has been corrupted, Captain, or removed from my memory bank.
Are you aware of this happening to any other androids in the past?
Kevin, am I aware?
I mean, like, there's all sorts of things that cause memory problems. Your model is exceptionally well designed, though, and should not have any of these kinds of issues.
I apologize, Captain. I am not sure. I am not aware. And I cocked my head.
Maybe it's time for some maintenance. Do you have some robotics?
I'll take a look at
it. I mean, I can. Opinion as.
Yeah, I do not have robotics. There may be irony.
I do.
But
let you take a look at you.
Okay.
Yeah, I fix the other bots all the time. I know you're more advanced than all, but there are some basic similarities.
Your assistance would be most helpful, Technician Yusef.
You guys can see Archie has joined you now as well. Archie's got a more focused look on his face than what he's had since.
I think I'll be scanning my torch or flashlight up and down as looking for any sort of particles that might be sticking to him, because I'm obsessed with these particles now. And everything that's causing problems is particles. So
it's a good question. I think there is likely a scanner in the med bay that you could make use of that would probably help you identify, especially now that you know what you're looking for.
All right. Well, that's what he'll be walking straight over there as soon as he starts hearing this conversation, then, because he thinks that's his fear that these particles are spreading and causing.
So is he dragging Az with him? Yusef, with his expertise,
I think you just go and find it and come back.
I'm picturing it's more of a built-in unit. This isn't something you can. Yeah. Everything in this game seems to be inspired by that whole 70s, sci-fi aesthetic, which is going to be bulky and heavy and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it's mainframes and terminals.
Yeah. Think more like MRI scanner than tricorder.
Is there something on my surface material, First Mate?
I'd like to just give you a scan. If we go to the med quarters, we might be able to scan for any sort of anything that could be affecting your circuits or.
Technician Yusef. Oh, go ahead, Captain. Please, Captain.
I think I interrupt you and say, perhaps we let Yusef finish his diagnostic on because Archibald, I was just thinking, because Yusef brought up the idea of robots, have we checked on the enforcer bots?
I have not, Captain.
I don't even know.
Well, you wouldn't know if you did, would you?
You're quite right, Captain.
So I just turned to Archibald. Or is there a way? Can I physically go to where the enforcer bots are? Are they all kept in one place?
I imagine they're sort of stored in the cargo bay and near where there's probably some kind of they call it a bay, but it's really just a closet where they're sort of held up and then maintained.
Okay, so I'll say I'm going to go check on the enforcer bots if you want to continue with what you're doing here. The two of you try to figure out what's going on with Az.
Okay.
And I'll head off.
Okay, and then the two of you, Yusef, when he mentions, because I can't remember, but did you share your observations about the exotic particles with Yusef at any point before the power failure?
Probably not. I think I was just talking to the captain in the bridge. I don't know, I wouldn't have thought to sort of communicate it around the ship.
So if he's talking about doing a scan on Az, Yusef, why don't you give us a robotics check with advantage, please? That's a master skill too. Wow.
Nice. I thought I was looking at the last roll. Okay. Too bad.
Okay. I don't think you have any earthly idea what he's talking about. Like if he's doing medical scanners on the android, Archie apparently had, before he got into having to pay down student loans and whatnot, he was into some pretty exotic like the person who does the astrogation and whatnot, that's probably Archie, more so than anyone. He's smarter than anyone else in the crew, and he's happy to let you know that that's the case. Constantly using words that you're like, I think I know what that means, but I'm gonna have to look it up, and I couldn't use it myself. Fuck you, Archie. But you don't know what he's getting at.
But you think there's something biological wrong with that?
I did some scans. That stuff that you were talking about in the jump drive, those particles.
Space gunk, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be that simplistic, but we need to check that it's not affecting Az, because it could be causing these problems. It's affecting these other ships, I think, that are circling this planet.
Usually, you didn't even think of it. This exotic particles can interact with all sorts of electronics, particularly complex electronics, like the computer, like Az, like the enforcer bots. There's all sorts of things that, not knowing what these particles are, it's like, exposing a metal spoon in a microwave. You don't necessarily know what the outcome is going to be, nor whether it's going to be a controlled outcome, but if this is causing problems with the jump drive, it probably means that Az is being exposed to this shit. Although why now, 50 minutes after here, you know?
I mean, we won't find a clean coil out there.
I think all these other ships have probably been disabled in a similar manner. And this is why we've got this graveyard. But I can't be sure. We need to research this more. We need to scan.
Wait, are you saying this could interfere with all of the bots? I reach for the nearest comm unit. See if I can get the captain.
Yeah, captain is making his her way down there. So what I'm picturing is, if you picture like something but like a cross between like a bicycle, like, you know, the overhead bicycle racks, like that, plus the like battle droid dispensaries from episode 1, but by way of a 70s aesthetic. That's the little corridor where they sort of dispense all your, because you need to get those things out quick, and you also would not want to have them in the way because you're only using them for one part of your job otherwise. So as you come around the corner and you see that the door to the, you know, the bot closet is open, and all 10 of the bots are deployed and armed and facing towards you. Yusuf, you hit the comms and you realize that it must have cycled the computer down again too, because they're not functioning.
Yeah. Captain might be in trouble. I turned to Archie. Like if it fries as a super advanced brain and he forgets things, our bots might forget who's the intruder and who's the crew. I think he'll start heading toward, following the captain down the corridor.
Okay. Cap, you can see that they are arrayed in the sort of formation, and like Az has the capacity to instruct that. So, but like this is not how they're supposed to be stored, nor are they supposed to be carrying around weaponry.
Okay, my hand goes to my, I have, what kind of gun do I have? It's a pistol of some kind. It is a SMG, actually. So
if you want
I kind of reached down to the
Oh, so if your hand goes to where your sidearm would be, you'd remember you just got out of the fucking pods and you didn't bother to get your gun.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I realize it's not there, and I go, you know, and you can see on my face, I'm like, shit. And I go, I order you to stand down immediately. Just to see what happens.
No motion whatsoever.
And are there? Can I tell if their eyes are like all trained? I mean, like, are they trained on me?
They're looking
like,
towards you, but there's no lighting on them whatsoever.
Okay.
And then you see
I'm gonna go ahead.
Little red lights begin going on.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to jump. I want to dash out of the line of fire.
Okay.
Just in case.
So why don't you? It does sound like you may be a little scared by that development. Why don't you give us a fear check as well? And
yeah, here we go.
For those listening at home, these are our enforcer bots.
Man, I'm now to 6. It's not going to go well, because if I fail a panic check, everybody's got to make panic checks.
So these are, of course, what your enforcer bots look like, and they are carrying some kind of, alien-style SMG thing. Yusuf has sprinted away to go and find the captain. What were Archie and Az doing?
Are we aware? How did Yusuf know about the bots? Did he see it on a camera, or was it? Did we see that?
He just sort of realized that, like, oh shit, the bots may have been.
Yeah.
Okay,
if the
it was
bots
more
are frying your brain.
It was a concept. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I say, I look after Yusuf, and then I look at First Mate, and I say, technician Yusuf must have been called away. Would you like to scan me?
If there's going to be trouble, we need to arm ourselves, and I'll be looking to wherever I think the nearest place I can find.
Yeah, there'll be an armory.
Yeah.
The good news is it's handily located right across from the bot closet. So then Yusuf and the captain run into one another around the same time. Yusuf, you can tell from the look on the captain's face that, well, George, what is the look on her face?
I think that normally, despite the fact that I was saying earlier that she always tries to maintain a calm exterior, even when she is feeling the fear, not right now. You can see her, like, she's sweating, she's a bit wild-eyed, and I think maybe even at the same time, they say the enforcer bots are corrupted or something.
Okay.
Are you armed? No, you're not armed either.
But, no, I have it's in the locker. Right, the bots active?
How can we shut them down? It seemed like they were coming online. Do you have any ways of shutting them down remotely?
Definitely
Not
is.
the bombs being down.
That is the problem.
True. Well, either way, we need to get out of here, because if they come this way, there's 10 of them and 2 of us, and they're armed and we're not.
Okay, so you start running back, and that's around when you get back to where Archie and Az are. Az is quizzing Archie where he's going to go, what he's going to do, and Archie what is he doing? He's come to the realization that the bot closet's right across from where the armory is, so...
Az, have you got any way of interacting with them bots or shutting them down if we need to?
Do I have an internal connection?
You do, yeah. There will be an internal Wi-Fi thing, or whatever space Wi-Fi is.
What would you like them to do, First Mate?
Can they go into standby or shut down temporarily?
Of course, and I will.
Space tooth.
I will give the directive.
Okay.
If I, try to.
Yeah, sure. Give us a. I think you don't have hacking, do you?
I do have hacking.
You can give us a hacking check with advantage, because these are pretty standard issue enforcement bots.
Nice.
Come on now. There we go.
There you go.
Yes.
So what do we see as you activate this? Is there some kind of flashing or?
I think my eyes. I think they kind of do a little, because I'm doing an internal thing, so I'm not really paying attention. I think it's the pupils. They do a thing. They do like
shutter or something.
There's like a little bar that goes.
You flash back to the designers of your model, and are you sure? That seems like a pretty unnerving thing. And the guy's like, I know.
Yeah, they're in a garage, pimples and everything. Yeah, it'll be creepy.
His head goes back and he howls out in a human scream. It's activated.
Yeah. So anyway, these little bars go by. I say, First Mate, it is done.
Yeah, they're in standby mode currently.
Yeah, First Mate, they were in standby mode. They you have outdone yourself. It's an awkward attempt at complimenting a human, but not really knowing what that's about.
What you can tell is likewise, there's absolutely no memory on any of them. They have on board. Think of they're like the robot equivalent of body cams. So they're the kind of thing that they would have all the sorts of equipment and recording gear and whatnot that you would have to conduct an inspection, to record everything you've seen and whatnot. All of it wiped.
First Mate, you didn't ask, but I feel you would be interested in knowing that they are surprisingly deployed and armed, though I see no data record of why that is or when that was.
The only people who would have had the clearance to deploy them would have been the captain, First Mate, and yourself.
Yeah, I have no record of doing so, but my data is imperfect right now, First Mate. Apologies. You could ask the captain or Yusuf, technician Yusuf, and I look at them. They're in the room, right?
Yeah, in the corridor, yeah.
Yeah, I look at them, and then I look back at First Mate.
I don't think it was any of us.
Yeah, I think we should get you to the med bay. I want to run some scans. Yusuf, can you get us power?
I can try.
And can we think of some way to take the enforcer bots offline in a permanent way without destroying them?
I mean, they can be
we can
shut
check
down.
computers.
They seem to be in a recurring deployed state. As
Like
could send them a message. They'll kind of go back into their, their cradles, as it were.
Okay. So knowing that they might get triggered again, I feel like we might as well try to, at least for now, calm them down. And we'll see if this happens again. They'll probably get redeployed, but at least so they don't come hunting us while we're doing these other things.
Are you saying that out loud, Captain?
Yeah.
Would you like me to do that, Captain?
Well, I think Archie is right. I think we should let you get scanned first. Perhaps, Yusuf, do you think you and I should take a look at that first?
You could
Can you secure
override.
them in the cargo area, maybe? Can you lock down that door somehow so they can't get out, even if they do come online?
That's a good idea.
You're asking me first, mate?
Anyone that's got the answer at the moment.
And welded shut. I have a welding torch.
Well, I think these are secondary plans. I think we should first see if we can put them into a non-deployed state, and then do that and see what we can do with blocking them in there if that's possible. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll call up if I can. So nothing's actually still operating at this point, right, Kevin? We're still in.
Computer needs to be back up again in order to.
All right, so
power is here, but you need to kind of restore power to the different systems.
Right. So right now, Archibald, you wouldn't even be able to analyze without getting the power restored to all the systems. So why don't we focus on that and see if we can get that back up and running? I think is that Yusuf's department?
Yusuf or Az?
Captain.
Az did it last time. But either anyone with computers can do that. Did you say, Yusuf, that you have computers or do not?
I do not know.
Az would be the one
maybe
to...
we let Az do it, but maybe some or all of us should accompany him just in case he has this memory loss again and forgets what he's there to do.
I mean, I've got computers as well, so if I go with Az, maybe.
Perfect.
While you look at the other issues temporarily.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Archie and the Secret Killer Android Az are going to make your way to the computer.
Wait. What?
And Yusuf.
Making a note. Hold on.
Captain, what are you guys doing?
What do you think?
You guys are still wearing half of your exosuits as well.
That's true. Perhaps we should change into our, first of all, reacquire our weapons and put ourselves into a position to be able to move in a more efficient manner on the ship.
Yeah. Now can maybe see about locking the bots in the room.
If the bots are active and in a standby mode, they should respond to your audio, your verbal commands as well, Captain. So you should be able to put them back into their cradles or whatever.
Into the closet thing. Yeah. Okay. So why don't we get ourselves changed back into our normal on ship gear, and then we'll head over to the boss. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely not ticking down something here. So you guys are getting changed. And Az and Archie, with two of you working together, one of you can roll with advantage on this. Who would like to give us computers with advantage?
Well, I think Az did it last time, so I'll try and assist.
Sure.
Az,
go right ahead.
Okay.
Well, you have hacking, right?
I have what? Hacking, I do.
No.
Yeah, hacking would only be 10 more, so that would be a fail.
Yeah. Right.
Man.
Okay. So let me think here. I think...
Might there be something like a backup? No, I don't know. Go ahead, Kevin.
I got an idea for what we're going to do is... So Az is working away on this, and part of that is also making use of, to speed things up, is you're making use of your wireless connection with the central computer. Archie, how are you feeling? Yeah, the creepy kind of the creepy, eye twitch thing is going on. How is Archie feeling while this is going on?
It's got to be said he's quite suspicious of Az at the moment, because he keeps not in a. He hasn't trusted him in the past, but he definitely don't trust him at the moment with all this memory loss and stuff going on. So he'll be working on the computers, and then he'll keep looking, and he's still trying to sort of visually look for any sort of particles on him or something that he's paranoid about now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Everywhere he looks, he thinks he might see particles or something that wasn't there before, like coming out of grills or any sort of ventilation or sort of oozing out of places.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to find a table that I was using. And this is the fucking joy of having read too many of these darn things. I'm trying to remember if it's this game, and if so, where I found it.
Yeah,
I'm able to justify another purchase, guys. Because I think it's in a pound of flesh, possibly.
Cool.
That's what I'm thinking of. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Az, would you give us a D100 roll, please? Nice.
Take that, GM.
I will.
You're dealing with an android, GM.
Okay. I'm going to whisper something to you, Sean.
Look out. Incoming.
Uh-oh.
Everything's fine.
Kill mode activated.
Systems are nominal.
Exactly.
Everything's good. Sorry, Captain. I cannot do that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's right. I have the shirt on that allows me to pull out a lightsaber at this point. So I'm totally fine with that. And I also just remembered that they're showing Alien right near my flat next weekend.
Oh, nice.
I may have to go see it now. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, it's never good when it's a long whisper.
God damn it. Sean, can you change your name away from the quotation marks? That tends to fuck things up.
Gotcha.
Before I forgot. Sorry, I should have said.
Even the GM's blaming the android. It's just everyone's doing it.
It is. To be fair, Sean,
it's some weird thing because we've had this happen before, and I just forgot to mention it. I've had that with oddly with Aliens. When we used Aliens last time we played, I had a nickname thing. I'm just going to do a test this time rather than fully. There we go. All right, now we're off to the races. Okay.
Everything's fine.
I didn't ask you anything. Why would you say that?
It's strange, isn't it? He never does that. He doesn't say things without, but he did. He just did. Weird.
He just came out with that.
It's very weird.
I feel like it's a little suspicious.
You don't recall him ever doing that before, ever. It's weird.
Yeah, I believe that.
But it's strange times, Captain.
I can tell Kevin hates this game.
It's growing on him. He had a little bit of a rough start with it, but it's kind of growing on him.
But yeah, exactly. It's exactly the kind of thing Kevin likes to do.
Well, it's also fun with a group of players like you guys. So
No.
players are willing to go along with it.
I'm feeling the same way.
What is happening right now? Like
So right now, your eyes are twitching away. Archie is sort of hanging back and looking at you, and then suddenly.
So he's like bent over, on a keyboard interacting, and he bumps into you, Archibald, hard, and almost kicks back, and his back like slams against the wall back in the back, and he screams, Archibald, and his hands go to his midsection, and he says, Archie, which he's never called you that before. And he says, get over here, Archie, and he screams again and collapses like forward, so you can't quite see what he's doing with his hands, but they're on his midsection still. And he's screaming Archie over and over again.
And if he looks up at you, there is a panicked, agony-filled look in his eyes that you have never seen before, and that he is certainly not programmed to handle. And then he reaches out to you with this shaky hand. Have you moved, Archibald? First mate? Archie, give us a fear check at disadvantage, or fear save at disadvantage, please.
I was going to say,
because
he's freaked out, definitely.
Yeah, because the android is here. You get to... Okay, so that's a fail.
There you go.
That is... Give us a D3 roll, please.
Oh, D3.
2 more stress, please.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, what does Archie do in response?
Well, he'd be wide-eyed and he'd have backed off, definitely, and he'd be a bit sort of frozen with fear because he's on the floor. He wouldn't be like, oh, he's going to kill me, but he'd be freaked out, so he'd be waiting to see what happens before he runs, I think.
There's a look on my face of agony and betrayal as I reach for you and you're backing away, and I'm like, Archie, no! And then my hand goes back to my midsection.
Shit.
And why are you on your knees?
I look down. I look at first mate.
He looks very agitated.
What's the last thing I recall?
You were interfacing with the computer to get it up and running again. And I think maybe there's a little like twitching in your eyes, and then power comes back up again.
And I cock my head as I do, and then I get back to my feet, and I shake my head at the first mate. First mate, I seem to have some more imperfect data, and then I go back to the computer and continue what I was doing.
Archie, what do you do?
Has the power come back on, did you say?
It has, yeah.
He's restored the power. I shall sort of bark at him. You need to get to medbay, and I'll step back and give him plenty of room to like leave the room, and I'm going to follow him from like a
Archie stumbles as he steps over. Forgot there's a little lip that goes in and out of each of the things.
Yeah, and I'd be bumping into things, but I will not be taking my eyes off him at any time. So I'll be walking backwards, bumping into things, and now get down there.
Okay.
As soon as you say that, I look to my other direction. I'm trying to see who he's talking to, because it doesn't seem... It couldn't be talking to me. And med bay, like I don't go to the med bay for these things. And oh, first mate, you're speaking to me, of course.
Yes.
And I trail after him.
Okay. So I think as Yusuf and Akari and Captain, you guys have finished disrobing from your things. You're making your way down towards the gear, and you can see what would be the expressions that they see on Archie's face and Az's as you guys walk past.
I'm placid. I nod. And I said, we're off to the med bay, Captain.
What do they see with Archie?
Yes.
Again, sort of wide-eyed. this thing's malfunctioning. We've got to sort this out. I'm taking in there. I'm going to scan him. It's them bloody particles, I'm telling you.
I think that's a good plan. Are you okay?
Yeah. Do you want the hand?
And as he's walking in, I'm just going to go. So I don't want to talk around him. I don't want to accuse him of stuff. So I'm just sort of like using sign language.
Behind me, I'm gonna turn around and say, "Is there something I can help with?"
He's at the end of the corridor, kind of leaning towards where the med bay is.
Just go with Az. I mean, Az, you just go with Archie.
Oh, first mate, are we still going in the mid bay?
Yes. Get in there.
Okay, and I'll turn back around.
And I think, and without saying anything, I'll turn to Yusef and say we should follow. And now that we have our weapons back,
You don't have them yet.
okay,
It takes a while to get all that shit off and then stored.
That makes sense. So I say, like, you know, I think I'll mouth like weapons.
Okay. You guys can collect that. It's right across from the bot closet in what is colloquially called Ambush Alley. And let's find out what's waiting for you down there in 5 minutes. Let's take our mid-session break now, guys, and then we'll come back and see what happens next. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. So I have this habit of I keep a lot of these roars in my house. There's no sugar in them, or minimal sugar. And what I'll end up doing is drink most of one, and then I'll be like, well, I don't want to throw it away, but I don't want to finish it, so I'll put it back in the fridge. And then Kev from 3 hours later will go in the fridge and like, I'd like a roar. And I pick it up and I'm like, it's almost all fucking gone. So I'm in a constant battle with my past self for having not finished off the damn drinks. So I just did that with Kev from last night, who put like 4 sips left in one of the strawberry ones left, and went to pick it up and I'm like, it's empty. Damn you. So I put it back in the fridge for Kev from 3 hours from now. He could deal with that.
Like you have no memory of when you drank it in the first place.
Yeah. And I constantly blame my earlier self for it too. So
Yeah.
I guess it is also an ad, gives me a chance to like future, screw myself over as well. It's like, enjoy this, Kev, 3 hours from now.
Yep.
All right. So where we left before our break was Archie and Az heading to the med bay, and Yusuf and the captain heading to Ambush Alley. So, Captain, knowing that Az says that he has the things under control, what precautions do you wish to do moving down to the bot locker? Ooh, I like that better than bot closet. Let's assume I always said that. You're muted, George. Debo.
Demo.
It's decided to not work again. Hold on, are you muted in the call? I haven't taken a look at the call. Let's see. No, your audio is showing as... Not yet.
The captain seems to be malfunctioning.
We struck the captain dumb with terror.
First mate, shall we reboot the captain?
Oop.
Okay.
There we go. Gotcha.
Nice.
Gotcha.
It basically it's like when my headphones disconnect.
Yeah, when you walk away from the, because you've had that at home before too. On some nights where you walked away from the thing and come back, and then it's not working any longer.
Sometimes, but I usually have my external mic working. But this is doing something different because this time I can see that my computer hears what I'm saying, like through my AirPods. Like it's coming up like in my input, but it's not coming up in the GChat input for some reason. And that's what I can't figure out. But anyway,
well,
I'll
also
figure it out.
that time you hit that old fortune teller with your bike and then never, admitted to it. I assume that has something to do with it as well.
I mean, I thought it would not come back to haunt me, but turns out I was wrong.
Anyway, come on. When does a fortune teller curse ever come to dramatic and ironic, fruition?
That's true. Well, I've learned my lesson. Let's just put it that way.
The fortune teller should have had her iPods in, or AirPods,
AirPod, yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, I know. I should have learned my lesson from Jeff after he hit that fortune teller. And then, every roll on roll 20 is just,
that same one.
He's driving along, looking at the dice in his hands. Boy, I can't wait to roll the... Did you hear something?
Whoops. Didn't I feel that?
Weird.
Okay, well, as I was saying, as we're kind of, once we geared up and we're starting to head toward Ambush Alley.
No joke, the thing is across from the bot locker, so...
Yeah.
If you're approaching the bot locker,
But have we been able to change out of the, exosuits?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. So once we have done that, that's, when we're going to make our way towards where the boss
and you
are.
passed Az and Archie on the way to get their shit done. And Archie looked more agitated than before.
So I say to Yusuf, we should obviously, despite the fact that Az thinks he's got these things under control, I feel like it'd be best to proceed cautiously and perhaps quietly.
Agreed.
Okay. So give us a speed check, each of you, please.
Alrighty.
Haven't used this stat yet. Nice.
Would athletics count toward this?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. There's not a sneak. Yeah, I buy that. Athletics, sure. Although there's a mathematics skill, but there's not a sneak skill.
So mathematically figure out the quietest way to go about this.
Oh wow, there's something not quite from that speedy.
That's
One way to
you are
assure-
really good at athletics. That is incredible.
I
So
assume.
I'm the other android in the party.
What a way to learn. 3640 for his stats. I assume when you put in 40 to replace it, it didn't overwrite it, added it on.
Right.
No, I did. No, it was weird. It actually said so. I see the 36, but then when I click in it, there was also a 30 next to the 36.
Oh, man. Okay.
Wait, did you run over a fortune teller?
So everyone's been brought together by having run over a fortune teller.
That's right.
And the funny thing is, it's that like Meet Joe Black thing where like the fortune teller was bounced back and forth between a bunch of cars. And it was all the cars you guys were driving. This is what brought you together.
Yeah, and everything that's happening right now is, the fortune teller behind it. So we're about to get our comeuppance.
Exactly. All right. Then, you guys are able to very easily sneak up. And what you can see in the bot locker facing the armory is, 2 rows of 5 enforcer bots. There are things at the ready. There are guns at the ready.
Eyes red still, or have they?
Yep.
Did they seem? So I say to Yusuf, hold. Like I don't say, I gesture, hold. So before they see you, basically, is my idea. And I'm going to start casually walking out between them. I'm assuming the sort of the doors to the locker, the enforcer locker, and the armory are opposite.
Yeah,
each
they're
other,
opposite sides of the same corridor, precisely.
So I kind of want to go past them, heading towards the armory to see if they react to. But I'm not doing it aggressively. I'm trying to do it very calmly, as if it's very normal.
Get your hands in your thumbs in your belt loops.
I'm doing like, yeah, exactly.
Love
I'm doing some kind of like, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I've got a yo-yo for some reason.
A space yo-yo.
Space yo-yo.
So yeah, you make your way out, and there's no reaction from them. Although, like, that their tracking is advanced enough, they wouldn't be moving their heads to go along. They probably can see you, but there's no sign of movement or motion as you're walking over and checking over your shoulder.
Okay, but here's what I'll just tell you my plan. My plan is to get to the armory and grab. If Archie doesn't have a weapon, if I know he does not have a weapon, I'm going to pick up a weapon for him. But my plan is to pick up a weapon for myself and for Yusuf to bring back to him.
Remember, you
Az didn't have a weapon
things...
either. Just for your.
These things will respond to your voice commands as well, Captain.
I think I'm aware of that. I'm just very afraid that anything might trigger them. Like, so because they're not doing anything, because last time I said stand down, I felt like there was a reaction, and I've grown increasingly fearful as time has progressed, and because of what Archie has told me and what Yusuf has told me and what Az has done, I'm starting to get very concerned about the technological forces on the ship that are lethal. So I'm just going to, for the moment, hope I can just pass by, get what I need from the armory, and after I do that, make my way back to Yusuf, past them, and ideally they don't react to that, even though I'll be armed on the way back.
Okay. So you make your way over. You enter the code for accessing the armory. The door opens up. Yusuf, where are you while Captain is in Ambush Alley?
I assume I'll be about 5-10 feet back up the corridor so I can see both doors, and if necessary, either run away or come to the aid of the captain. Or Yusuf would probably look around to see if there's some kind of what would normally be a tool that could come in handy as maybe just like some blunt force object, like
sure.
Fire axe or some kind of
worked in the since you worked on the engine, I've assumed you've got your kind of like space mechanic belt on or whatever, so you can assume you've got some stuff.
Some kind of wrench then, just
Okay, then Captain, you're able to go in, and if you guys just want to grab a sidearm instead of your submachine gun, I'm fine with that. Or if you want to take your submachine gun, you can take that as well.
I think I'll take the submachine gun because it's, I think the thing I'm probably used to using.
Yep.
I'm not used to having to use any weapon, I think, really, like since I've been taking this duty. Yeah. But of anything, that's the one that I'm most comfortable with using.
That's the one that would puncture the hull as well, for that matter.
That's true. So I think I'll take that, see if I can find a few magazines. I think it's 5 bullets per magazine or something.
I think maybe I'm remembering wrong. In fact, I'm pretty sure I am, but I think you get 3. In fact, I know I'm wrong because it's fucking Spycraft I'm thinking of, but you get 3 reloads with each.
Okay, great. So
Wrath and Glory is what I'm thinking of.
Okay. So I will. Well, I'll try to pick up whatever magazines I can find. And I'll find a sidearm that I think Yusuf would be comfortable with.
Sure.
And I'll take an extra one to give to Archie because I can't remember if he's got one on him or not. And also I'm going to take it.
Are you thinking?
I think I really don't remember.
A sidearm for Archie or a submachine gun for Archie?
I'm very concerned about Archie too, and the way he's been reacting. What I just saw from him. He's like really getting stressed out.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to bring him a handgun as well.
You're like Tremors where you give the kid the biggest gun, but it's got no bullets in it.
Right, exactly.
Walter, you asshole! There's no bullets!
Exactly. I just be, I think, cautious, and because I think probably I'm the one who has the most experience tactically, I'm not counting on them to like do any heavy lifting when it comes to combat. So I will just bring the 2 of them. Well, I guess I'll bring Yusuf a submachine gun. I'll bring Archie a sidearm.
Yeah, you would probably know as Captain that Yusuf has some basic military training.
Perfect. Okay, great. So I'll do that. The other thing I want to do, Kevin, before I leave, is to scan the armory and see if anything seems strange or out of place here.
Nothing in here. No. Okay. Everything looks to be in the place where you have. Left it like the armory. You're only dispensing stuff from the armory when needs be. So it's yourself and Az who have access to here.
Okay. All right. I will then. My plan is to step out, close it back up, so it locks, and then see what happens when I try to walk past back to Yusuf.
Nothing. I mean, they opened fire, but I mean, other than that,
Oh, other than that, okay, all right. That seems right.
Yeah.
All right, I just take a quick glance at them as I go past, and just as I make sure that nothing threatening is occurring, and then I reach Yusuf, and I hand him a submachine gun.
Okay.
And then I point to the firearm. Oh, and some magazines. So I've taken a couple extra magazines for both of us.
Okay.
And then I'll point to the firearm, and I'll point back toward where the med bay is.
Yusuf will point at the door to the bot locker. Good. Do you want me to weld them in?
Yeah, I'll nod. That's a good idea.
Do you want to?
You go and check on the others. I'll follow.
Yeah. Do you want the them back in their cradles first, or do you want to just shut the door, and lock it?
I can attempt to put the. Let's see what happens. So I'll go. I'll again, gesture for you to just stay there for a second in case they do open fire. I mean, I don't know why we emblazoned on this hallway, ambush alley, but
It was a joke. It was funny at the time, Captain, right? Yeah.
I guess looking back, it may have been funny, but I wish we hadn't done it. So I'll go back to now. I have my submachine gun like not raised or pointing at anything, intending to not seem like I'm being aggressive in any way. And I'll step in front of the bot locker and say, "Return to your cradles." See what they do.
They all turn, take a step back. You hear the rattling of the cradles come down. They dispense back up into the hall, and then they move their hand, and their guns are likewise and secured.
Okay. I'll turn to Yusuf and nod for him to come over. All yours.
Yep.
Okay. It'll take a couple of
I'll
minutes
go
here.
check on.
Okay.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, I'll head back to the other ones.
Okay. And as you start making your way up towards the med bay, it does dawn on you that if you do end up needing these things, it's going to be a while before you can.
I did think about that, but I'm feeling like she's kind of like Captain Miller from Saving Private Ryan. And so she'd rather be under threat and try to take care of it herself than have more threats than they can all handle.
Okay.
In case these things wind up turning on them.
So, turning back to the other members of our crew, as you make your way into the med bay, and Archie, have you told Az which scanner you wish to use?
Yeah, I mean, because he'll need to stand next to it or in it or however it's.
Yeah, it's probably like I'm picturing it's like a small little MRI thing that you can sit in a chair, moves you back, and then it can do the full scan.
Yeah, just lay down on that bed there, and I'm just gonna prep some bits, and we'll do a scan on you.
Okay.
I'm
Would
sure
be pretty funny if it was an MRI and then said like all the metal bits and the thing just crunch in.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of the photos of the MRI mishaps and stuff where there's like a metal ladder that's embedded in the machine because someone switched it on and didn't tell the fucking contractor that they couldn't bring ferrous metal in?
I will tell you, if you want to see that on screen, you might want to look at the new Final Destination film.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Then, Archie, assuming Az complies with your
you think
request.
I've ever been scanned by this machine before, Kevin?
You say again?
You think I've ever been scanned by this machine before? Is this
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, Az says, First Mate, are you sure? I've never been on this machine before.
Well, I think there's some particles that may be on our ship that could be interfering with your systems. I think this is the best way to try and detect them. It's all right. It won't affect you in any ways.
I'll start climbing up slowly onto it. Particles, you say. Is there anything I can be helpful with? You know I'm familiar with algebra, geometry, calculus, number theory, discrete mathematics, and I keep going on as I get back. I lay down on the platform.
She's stalling for the scan to happen.
Yeah.
Statistics, optimization. I just keep running through them as I lay back.
And as is waffling on, I shall also be wheeling over like a defib unit or something charged up to max, just in case he does anything I don't want him to do.
Let's have
That's awesome.
first contested roll. I love it. Let's have. I don't see.
It's only precaution, obviously.
No, definitely.
Oh.
Let's have you guys do a combat military training check contested.
Combat
So whoever rolls the highest without going over is price is right. Price of
You can
right.
still roll it even if you haven't got a tick, can't you?
Yep, absolutely. Just roll
Yeah, it's just
combat.
Which one am I? Say it again. Combat.
Military training and combat.
Okay.
Military training. You have
So I do have close quarters combat. Would that?
No, military training.
Okay.
Also planning on doing something to Archie that. Okay.
Let's see.
Failed by 8. Failed by 3. As you can see that he's obviously powered up and is like readied a portable defib unit. There's no way that's part of the scan. It's obvious that he's got that as a contingency against you for some reason.
Oh, first mate, that won't work on me. That is not part of my diagnostic nor repair nor maintenance. That is humans only.
It's just in case we need to reboot you again.
Oh, that's not how it's done, first mate. I think well, you have skills in networking and computers. Is my data malfunctioning there?
You've been having a lot of problems over the last couple of hours. This is only precaution. Let's get the scan done, and I'll sort of move it slightly out of the way.
Okay.
But keep it near enough that I can grab
You
it.
seem quite agitated, first mate. Are you okay?
There's a lot of really weird stuff going on, as I think you've forgotten most of it.
I'll put out my hand. May I feel your heart rate?
Now let's get the scan
For a
done.
second, you have a flashback to him screaming for your help on the ground, reaching up towards
I'll
you.
take a few steps back and let's get the scan done. And I'll start pressing the buttons to.
I feel like your pulse is very high, first mate, and I'll go ahead and I'll lay on the.
Okay. Why don't you give us? Let's see here. Do you have artificial intelligence, Archie?
No, I haven't. No.
But give us that xeno esotericism.
Oh yeah, I'm checking for the old particles.
Did you say it was xenobiology or xenoesotericism you have?
Biology.
Give us a xenobiology check.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And with advantage, because you know what you're looking for. So you can roll a second time.
Roll it. Yeah, I'll roll it again.
Oh. Nice.
His entire artificial, like, brain structure, for lack of a better term, is polluted with these exotic particles.
Is there anything I can help with, first
He's
mate?
staring at you while this whole scan is going on, too. Laying in the bed and just... Is that right, Ash?
Yeah, and I'm waiting for an answer to if there's anything I can be helpful with.
Yeah, I haven't got any idea what these particles are and how to interact with them, or like I haven't. And the scan won't give me any more information that I haven't already worked out. Is it just to identify that they're there, basically?
Yeah, like you're gonna need, like a particle, accelerator or something like that in order to study this stuff. Like, this is stuff, if you were back in your university days, this is the kind of thing that you would have at a proper lab and a proper facility and have a team of physicists working on this. Here,
Is it all inside his head, or has he got any on any other?
There's like trace amounts in it. It's all the processor components, all the advanced computation components that are doing that.
Yeah, I mean, basically what I was asking is there any that I can get to that I can put into a jar or something to sort of try?
I mean, it's subatomic particles, so you couldn't put it in a jar anymore so that you could put like a quark or a electron. Like you could do that, but in order to properly store it, you're going to need like a magnetic bubble or something like that to...
Yeah, so that's super tiny little...
So it's perhaps that is when the captain comes back in strapped. You can see Archie is at the screen kind of studying things, and Az is staring at Archie from within the scanner bay.
First mate, how is everything going?
I knew it. I was right. He's riddled with that stuff.
Oh, first mate, should I have been using this scanner all along?
And I think I'll, at this point, not knowing what to do with it, I'll direct Az to look at the scanner, all the results. Is there any way that you can deal with this internally, and I'll sort of point it out to him.
Az, give us a, let's see here.
Foreign bodies.
Computers at disadvantage, please.
Okay. Hacking, not useful.
No, no, not for this.
No.
Why did I joke at that?
Well, I really challenged you on that.
Hacking!
Yeah.
How dare you suggest?
Try again, GM. Try again.
I think, Kevin, if it's possible, while Az is doing that, I'd love to sidle up to Archibald and like slip him behind my back a sidearm.
Sure. Yeah. So you got what equivalent of a revolver that's been placed, in your
Yes.
lap.
You happily take that.
Do I see
Okay.
that, GM?
As like, it's obviously showing that there is something. There's something that is in your, like whatever it is, your cortex, your artificial cortex, and you've no idea what it is. You have no idea what it means. You have no idea what the interaction would be. This is not like growths or something like that. It is subatomic particles that are somehow in there, and you have no earthly idea what they are. Whether, I guess here's an interesting question for you, or a question I find interesting. Does Az feel a sense of curiosity?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's more, I think it's more practical than inspirational curiosity. Like, he's like, oh, there seems to be something to, know here. There seems to be something new,
Okay.
And this needs to be understood because it's part of the diagnostic we're doing, so.
Got it. Okay. So there's an anomaly that then I think maybe is the way you would think of it in...
Yeah, an anomaly, yeah.
Okay. So there's an anomaly.
Possibly
in there.
a topology anomaly is the way he'd put it.
Okay. So...
I look first. Is this what you?
What was that, Sean?
I look at the first mate and I say, "Oh, is this what you were looking for?"
Yes, I think it's having an impact on your systems.
Oh, my data loss. What
Indeed.
humans call memory.
I guess you could call it that. Yes, definitely.
Interesting. Well done, first mate. I don't know if my regular diagnostics would have caught this. Did I see the captain slip first mate again?
I don't. Let's see. Give us a same thing. Contested military training. Please.
And what do I roll? Do I roll the same thing?
Same thing. Contested rolls. Whoever rolls highest without going over or fails by the least.
Okay.
Fails by the least for those listening is a house roll. But
Yeah.
Sneaky.
I did pretty good.
so yeah, you've no idea. Your eyes are on those defibrillators. You're still thinking like, those aren't going to help me at all. They would do nothing but damage my
Very
systems.
strange.
Very weird.
Maybe speed is damaged if he's thinking of using that on me.
Yeah.
So I say, well, perhaps I should study this first, mate. My knowledge of computers and mathematics may help me unearth why that's there, and perhaps even reverse my historic data imperfections.
Yusuf, what are you doing once you finish welding that
I
door
think
shut?
he'll head to where the others are. But while heading over, seeing as he's been told that the other ships are all infected by what he calls the space skunk as well, he'll try and think if there's possibly any way of cleaning the coil without the magnetic resonance of the second coil. He'll just in his head go over various options as he just walks over to the med bay where the others are.
Yeah. Nothing dawns on you yet, but you can keep thinking, like, if you understood more about these particles, perhaps that might help. And Archie does seem to be the the one who would have the knowledge of that. So if you were to kludge something together, perhaps that all the power goes out once again, guys.
Oh,
Ah, shit.
sake.
As I would ask
see
that
the
you.
power's out, Captain.
Sorry, I know. Unfortunately, as you were, need to give us a body save at disadvantage.
Negative.
As now reminds you, I mean, he obviously has that little bit of like unnatural sheen to his skin too, but he is also like mannequining hardcore right now, where he's just stayed. All the scanning equipment goes out. The emergency lights are still on. Yusuf, you're in the corridor making your way down towards this when this occurs.
As an observer this time, for the first time, as having this whatever dysfunction, seemingly sudden dysfunction, what do we see? Do we see anything, or does he
He's
just
just
look like he's
standing
normal?
still for a moment, and then after about a minute, as I'd like you to act, please, as if you were waking up in the cryo chamber once again. You don't know. Last memory is from about 2 months ago. You don't know why you were here, why these guys are out of cryo. So what do we see with Az when he returns?
So his eyes pop on again. He cocks his head, and he gets off the. He looks at the device he's laying on, and gets up. Stands up, and then looks around, and everyone says, "Oh, when did the cryo end? I wasn't notified, Captain."
Relax, as we've got it under control. You seem to be experiencing a recurring glitch of some kind. Archie, want to describe to him what's happening?
There's no power in the med bay either, as like. Also, why are you in the scanner? Did something go wrong when you were being scanned?
It's some foreign particles that have infected your memory or your data banks in some way, and they seem to be causing a reboot every half hour or so.
This is
Well,
when
actually, that's a good question. Is it happening more often, Kevin, or more quickly, more frequently?
Yusuf would kind of jog into the med bay at this point, down the darkened corridor. Yusuf is the Marine, the mechanic. So I think you're probably the one who is keeping like timing and recurrence.
Yeah.
This happened about, let's see here, about 50 minutes after the last time.
Okay. So that seems to be the same duration.
Yes, but if it's that irregular, something must be causing it. It's not just a natural fluctuation. If it's almost mechanical, something out here must be causing these pulses or shortcuts.
I do need a fear check from everybody as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And with disadvantage because there's an android about, right?
Oh, true.
Yes.
Oh, right.
And you wonder why we don't like you.
More anti-android sentiment. Just
Damn it. I failed once again.
So everyone gets one more point of stress other than, hold on, how did Az do?
and mine's a disadvantage as well.
It is, yeah. Okay. So,
We're all getting a little freaked out here. We're going to Bill Paxton territory.
As looks about, still taking in his surroundings, says, Captain, should I be armed? I could go to the armory.
I do not think it'd be wise at this point, since we don't know what has happened to you and it seems to be recurring. Would you not agree with that logic?
It seems to be affecting my my memory data. I suppose. Whatever you think best, Captain.
We'll protect you, don't worry. I just think for the moment we should just be very cautious, because it's going to happen again, as we've seen. But I won't let anything happen to you. I think for the only time so far since we've awakened, and as you won't know this because for you this is the first time that we've awakened, I actually put my hand on his shoulder and like lock eyes and say, I'll make sure nothing happens to you.
I'll look at the hand a little quizzically, and then I'll look back and say, I'm very calm, Captain. Thank you.
Let's keep it that way.
Are you okay? Your heart rate seems elevated.
I can continue to carry out my duties. Let's put it that way.
Very good, Captain.
All right. What's our plan? I'm a bit out of my depth here when it comes to the science of this all. Do you have any theories or areas we need to investigate further? Yusuf or Archibald?
Well, we need to get the power back on, I guess.
Computing issue, the power is there, it's just being routed correctly. Something is frying the electronics. Archie, did you say when you scanned, all the other ships are infected?
I could only scan that one that we're attached to.
The Alexis.
But it was riddled with the stuff, I think.
Oh, we're attached. How are they attaching to us?
Apparently a grapnel was deployed. Is that right, Kurt?
Correct.
Oh,
It's from ours to theirs, though, isn't it? We deployed the...
Yeah.
You deployed the grapnel, Captain.
Well, I've got a feeling you did, Az.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
That's a good
We
question.
don't know. What's interesting is that, and you probably can confirm this, you keep returning to the fact that you don't remember anything since 2 months ago, not just a bit less than an hour ago.
Curious.
So it's quite a bit of time for something to have happened. And we would have been in cryosleep that whole time, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did happen 2 months ago, Az?
What's the last
What
thing I
is
remember?
your last memory?
Regular interdiction. It was part of the... come to think of it, you were supposed to be interdicting that area for 5 years. Wherever you are, this is definitely not where you were supposed to be. How did you end up here?
Where are we? Az says.
Actually, that's an excellent question, Az, and we do not have an answer for it. Perhaps we can, once we get the power routed back to all the systems, we can figure that out. So what do you think,
Should
Yusuf?
be navigation and logs in the computer, right?
But is that functional? Can we access that data?
Yeah, unfortunately, Az doesn't know. He did learn at one point, but no longer remembers because of the fucking wipe.
Well, that's... Archie asked, can you get the computers running again? Hopefully there'll be some answers in there.
Sounds good. Archibald, what do you think we should do next in your area?
I think, hold on, did Az tell the guys that... Yeah, he did. Az told them that the records, because when you guys were checking in, when you first got the comms established again, you guys checked in with Yusuf and with Az, he did report that all comm logs from the, that's been dumped. The transit data has likewise been dumped, and he would have been able to clarify that was separate from the... Wait. Yeah, you knew it was separate from the damage that was done. So there was damage to the computer as well, but it was dumped because it was programmed to dump that stuff. There is one person or thing that could do that. That is the interdiction service. Your bosses.
Yep.
Do I? And I know that too. Kevin?
You don't remember that right now, but the rest of them do remember you telling them.
Gotcha.
That. So,
Yeah.
I think I'll re-inform him because I would know that he wouldn't remember that.
yeah. This is this is not what this ship is not an exploration ship, nor is there any mandate for search and rescue. Any ship would do that kind of work if needs be, but this is not the kind of work that you are prepared for.
It's quite irregular.
Is there a way for us, Kevin, if we were to get the computer up and running and powered properly to try to triangulate our area in space?
What Archie could tell you is that because of the unique gravitic forces and because of the exotic particles coming from the ship, like he's having trouble figuring out if anything's falling out of orbit, never mind being able to triangulate. You could old school it by trying to compare star patterns and stuff, but that would take quite a while.
What about this? I have one of the skills that I took was rim-wise. I'm wondering if I've ever heard of not this specific anomaly, but ships being lost in any particular spot, like a Bermuda Triangle kind of area that people, spacers talk about.
Sure.
Is that a possible thing?
Well, give us a rim-wise check. Let's see what comes. I don't think there's advantage or disadvantage on this.
Okay, here we go. Wait. It's set it to strength. That's not right. Intellect.
You're like Flex Mentallo.
Yes.
I'm gonna do my.
Oh man, I have no idea.
No.
Never heard anything like this.
I think what you can tell though with your rimwise thing is if you imagine that there is a some way of looking out into space, a porthole as it were in the med bay that you could open. You don't recognize any of the stars here. You don't know where the hell you are right now.
Okay. All right. This is a place I'd never been to before. That's all I know. Where we are. How far of is this a galactic civilization? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of the yeah.
Like an alien kind of
precisely
idea, portion of the. Okay. So it's quite a spread, but not. We're not going to different galaxies. So okay. Who knows? I have no idea where we are, and I don't know if we can pinpoint that either. But we do need to deal with two things, it seems. One, the coils that you mentioned, Yusuf, and two, Archibald, whatever these particles are. Do you think there's a way we can figure out experimentally, theoretically anyway, what we might be able to do to eliminate or repel particles by running some tests? Or are these just so far and that that's just completely impossible?
What Archie could tell you, at least as far as the source of them, whatever is in the Alexis's hold, that's the source of it.
That's the origin point? Okay. Well, part of the problem then is we are grappled from it, and therefore we'll never be any farther away from it than we are now. So that probably is an initial issue. Is the grapnel controls, is that something that's functional?
You could detach from it, but the trouble is, look around where you are.
Yeah, I feel like my theory as to what may have happened potentially is that someone or something, perhaps Az without knowing he did it, may have anchored us to that large ship to ensure that we didn't get smashed to pieces. So perhaps it's a good thing that we are still attached.
We could head over to the Alexis. There's a source. Maybe by getting it to the source, Archie will be able to figure out what the heck we're dealing with. Maybe can we switch it off? Like these pulses are regular. Maybe it's a device. Maybe it can just be. I know I'm being optimistic here, Captain, but you know.
No,
it's regular mechanical. Maybe it can't, or Archie can just fry it, or we dump it into the sun or something. But might get us more information if we head across there.
I think that's an excellent. I think it's an excellent idea. Perhaps maybe the plan should be that we get everything up online as much as we can, as we've done before, knowing we have a very small window where we'll remain.
If we have 45
functional.
minutes left.
Okay. Well, so perhaps in that time, the two of you maybe want to hand over, and Az and I will stay aboard. I am a good pilot. I have vehicle specialization. So if something needs to be done with the ship, I can do that.
The ship is designed to board other vessels, so you could try.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be with disadvantage because of the busted thruster, but you could try and dock with. There's a port side airlock, and there is an airlock in the cargo bay. The cargo bay airlock can only be. You'd have to blow it in order to gain access to there. The port side, though, you could retract in and then, umbilical between the two.
Okay, so perhaps the two of you can be ready to board that ship the moment I'm able to dock us. It's going to be dangerous. I feel like we're in a moment where this is 90% democracy. So I'm happy to hear your thoughts on this before a decision gets made. What do you all think about this?
Az puts his finger up and he's like, "You're the 10%."
Yeah. I'm aware that we're taking a vote.
Can't think of any other way of getting out of here right now. So, hey, it's been a while since I've done shipboarding. So I think I remember my training.
Sounds good, Archibald.
0G skills, Captain, if that's useful.
Well, it may become useful. I think we should be ready for that possible eventuality, but I think you should remain on the ship with me for the moment.
Very well.
And Archibald, would that be?
I don't think we've got any other way of getting on that ship and getting back before another cycle of this thing. So I think we should try it.
Another reason for Az to stay with me, because perhaps I can get him to help bring everything back online if we run out of time while you're over there.
It'll be about half an hour by the time you guys get. So if you get yourself in the exosuits or your whatever they're called, that'll take about 10 minutes. And then getting the maneuver thrusters and getting yourself in there, that'll be about 10 minutes as well. So it'll leave you half an hour before the next event.
What about, I asked the team, what about, as we kind of go through that, like timing, I said, doesn't leave much time. You think we could wait the full 45 minutes before this happens again, do a reset, and then begin this procedure? So you have the full time?
It's also worth noting, it's going to take you, 8 to 10 minutes to get the computer back up online too. So that does need to happen too.
Because maybe what I could do is, right now, while we do have some time, while it's still up and running, I could, I think by my calculations, Kevin, we would have enough time for me to potentially dock with the Alexis before the shutdown maker. So maybe we do that, then wait for the shutdown to occur, reboot, and then have you guys board, so you have a bit more time aboard before that cycle will repeat again.
Yeah,
what do you think?
The docking wouldn't be broken by the reboot, would it? I don't think.
I don't think so. Okay, cool.
So let's try and make that happen.
Okay.
During this cycle, as it were.
So maybe why don't you guys start getting ready, into the suits that you need, etc., for boarding, while I start getting ready to do the docking procedure.
And then as you reactivate the computer?
Should they bring some enforcer bots with them for protection?
Az doesn't know they've welded them shut.
See, as the way you're affected by these Archie, what they call exotic particles, the bots might be too. And as they are way more primitive than you, I wouldn't be comfortable with them being around.
And they will be very close to the source of these particles if they were to board the Alexis. I think it's a good question to be raised, but I think it's too risky at the moment.
As you will, Captain.
But yes, I would. If you can monitor the computer as we're doing this, that would be incredibly helpful.
The power's off, right? Currently, Kevin?
Yeah, you would need if you're going to get things ready for the ship and they're going to get dressed, Az could go and get the computer set up or reactivated again. Although Archie may be reminded again. The last time they did that, there was the on the knees screaming as if he was disemboweled.
Yeah, I think
actually, you never actually told us that.
Yeah, I think I would pull the captain to one side and sort of whisper that to him in the corridor before putting this plan into place.
How good's my hearing?
There's like a wild-eyed look in Archie's eyes as he's telling this too. Like he is really on the edge.
Yeah. I think I know Archie well enough to know that he doesn't get frightened very easily. So I'm taking this as, actually from a sane mind that has really disturbed him. So I just say, understood. We'll take precautions then, and know that this may happen again. Perhaps I will go with Az to oversee that process and then return to the bridge.
Just be cautious.
I'll make sure I stand far away, and I've got my got a little bit of help if I need it.
Well, I will work
I
on
think
the
that's the
computer
plan.
thing, Captain.
Okay, and I'll accompany you. Wait, to work on the computer thing, can we do that from the bridge, Kevin, or did we have to go to the computer center?
Just one moment here. Just messaging the trader. I mean,
what is this? I mean, I can't.
Inner voice, outer voice, GM.
Sorry. I don't really have, internal monologue when I'm running.
You accidentally whispered that to me. No. The question is, can we try to reboot the computer from the bridge, or do we go to the computer
You need to be
core?
in the computer bay in order to,
Okay, so as you and I, let's head there.
Very well, Captain.
Okay. Does mean you're not prepping the ship then. So, but that's okay.
I want to oversee him based on what Archibald just told me about what happened last
Understandably.
time. So, yeah.
I can
Captain,
handle it myself, Captain.
Captain, are you trained in computers?
I am not.
Oh, the Captain's not going to have any idea what I'm doing.
I'm kind of I'm in the command vehicle specialization firearms military training area of things. Okay. Piloting.
So Az, would you give us you can use hacking for this, but no disadvantage, no advantage.
Okay. Negatory.
Critical fail again.
Oh,
right.
It is.
Okay.
But, if the captain doesn't know...
Az, would you kindly give us a percentile roll, please?
Sure. Did it go? Yes, it did. There we go.
Oh, man, I wish that was a score you rolled just prior.
Okay. So, Yusuf and Archie are down getting yourselves, kind of geared up, keeping an eye on the time. Az accesses the computer once again. What's going through the captain's mind?
I'm feeling like we're running out of chances to extricate ourselves from this situation. Because what I see around me is a lot of ships in a graveyard. And obviously they had crews of some kind, and those crews must have tried to do something to get themselves out of this situation, and apparently were unable to. So I'm hoping, I feel like I really have a great team, and they know what they're doing, and I have complete faith in them. But at the same time, we're dealing with things that we know nothing about, whatever these particles are, whatever exactly is happening to Az. So I'm very concerned of more chaos to come, but I know that at least we have the best plan we can come up with at the moment. So I say I have a dwindling amount of optimism, but at least there's some of it still there.
Okay.
And I also don't know who to trust, but it's not because of anybody. It's not because I believe any of my team are doing anything nefarious. I think it's an outside force that's the problem here. So, but it doesn't mean that I don't. I do have a fear that at some point something even worse may happen with Az. That's not under his control, given what Archibald just told me.
Okay. Archie, while
in fact, Kevin, I feel like I never want to lose a crew member. Like that is like sort of my credo.
Okay.
And I'd rather go down myself. But in this case, I may have to take him out.
Okay.
So
Sean,
where are we right now?
You're in Mother. You're in the central computer once again. So you can picture that kind of like small area, lights on the walls and shit like that while you're accessing the computer and typing on the little keyboard and stuff. Before you, I'll let you prep yourself for that. Archie and Yusuf, what's going through? What do we see with you two as you're prepping this? Is there any chatter between the two of you?
Yeah, I think while possibly helping each other put the eggs out, so these are quite clunky sort of vac suits that we're putting on. Yusuf will just bombard Archie with questions around what about titanium shielding, electric interference, just like quitting, what just his engineering brain is just like there must be something we can build or do to fix this. Just sort of trying to get as much information about this particle from Archie as possible.
Yeah, and I'll be sort of replying with all the weird shit that's been going on that I don't understand, to sort of say I don't know. I've never seen Az do this, but I've never seen Az. He freaked out the last time we were in the computer room and started. Well, it was almost like human actions, almost like a flashback, I would say. But I don't know where that come from. I'd also want to run some scans on us to see if these particles have got into us or affecting us, but we haven't got time for all this. This needs much more study, and I'd like to have more time.
Okay.
Wow. Yep.
You get your
2 minutes left.
Az.
So so I'm working away. Where are you, Captain? Exactly.
I think you're up at like some kind of console. Maybe it's like a floor to ceiling console or something. So I because we're kind of in this like enclosed space, maybe it's kind of got that circular kind of vibe about it. And I feel like that's the mother interior had that kind of was circular, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm behind Az, so I'm looking directly at the back of his head. And I'm just waiting, and my hand is on my SMG, but it is not drawn.
Okay.
But like I've got a quick trigger finger at the moment, so I am really like focused. And all those thoughts I just reiterated were those what's going through my head at this time, because I'm not really paying attention to. I don't know as much about what he does about dealing with these computers, so I'm just focused on him.
So I'm typing away. My head cocks at the screen, and I kind of half turn in my seat a little bit, and then look back at you. You see I look up, but the top of my face keeps going, and my bottom jaw stays in place until my mouth is like extremely wide, and then there's these little things crawling around in my mouth, and they're translucent, a little bit glowing, and then they come firing out at you, like not like a bullet, but like vomiting.
Captain, would you give us a fear save at disadvantage, please?
Oh yeah, that sounds right. Here we go. Hold on to your butts.
Okay.
Hell. But not critical fail. But let me get my.
Then would you kind of give us a 1d3 roll?
Yes. Go.
So you gain one more stress, and then give us a panic check, please.
Panic check. Here we go. So just so you know, I'm at 8.
Okay.
On my stress. So here comes 2d10. Oh, come on.
There you
Oh,
go.
is it equal to or beat?
I think
it's
you
a
need to beat
fail.
it.
Yeah, I think you need to beat it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay, so
Okay.
A
hell
horror
yeah.
game
First,
doesn't give you that edge.
And Kevin, let me tell you before you describe what happens that for Marines, whenever a Marine panics,
yeah.
every friendly player nearby, but this may include Az then, must make a fear save.
Yeah, and I think let's see what your reaction is, because I'm curious whether they're going to hear it over the comm as well, which may trigger that. But let's see here. And one thing I fucked up, when you make a successful panic check, you get to reduce your stress by 1. So Archie, you should have reduced your stress by 1 if we didn't do that, because you did make one successful panic check, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Captain, would you give us a 2d10 plus 8 roll, please?
2d10 plus 8. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
20. You let out a blood-curdling scream and have disadvantage in all rolls for 2d10 minutes. I'm pretty sure the others will hear. So Archibald, and this is like right on the cusp of Archie and Yusuf talking about like, well, I don't know if we're leaving the captain alone, and you hear this fucking scream come down the hallway. So Archie and Yusuf, would you each give us a stress check, please? A panic check. 2d10.
Should I make one, Kev?
Oh, sorry, it's a fear check, isn't it? It's not a...
Fear, yeah. Fear.
Fear,
all three of you, give us a fear check again, please.
Yeah.
And yours is with disadvantage, Az.
Okay.
So let's roll a second time.
Yeah.
Archie fails.
Oh no.
Yusuf fails. Az is fine. All right, so then Archie and Yusuf, let's give 1 stress each. And let's see here. Yeah. Az, do you want to conclude that scene for us, and then we'll see how the captain reacts?
Yeah. So the captain sees so they could come out, they're everywhere, and they melt. They start like dripping down the front of your tunic, your suit. And they're dripping down the front of me. And they're like liquid now, and they seem to be liquid. And as your eyes come off of in horror, you look at me and my jaw's back like it never happened. And I say, Captain, are you all right?
And like white milk dripping from his mouth.
Yeah. There's still, it's over my face too.
And I think I have, I do have some quick reflexes, not enough to avoid this clearly, but what has happened is that I've jumped back in order to try to do that, but it still just nailed me right, like square on. And I think I probably slammed myself into a wall or a bulkhead or something, and like slammed my head, and like I've got, my head actually hurts, and I'm completely, as I was doing this blood curdling scream. So I'm in pain and I'm in shock. And now that I hear him speaking normally, like I'm completely confused as to what is going on. But I definitely am not happy about it. I instinctively grab my SMG. I'm not pointing it at Az because he seems to be functioning normally, but I just need to have it. I just have to have it because I don't know what else was going on here. And I go over the comms. I'm like,
so you go for the comms, and then there's that squeal as the power comes back on. And what does the captain say through the squealing comm?
And it's like comes out in like a jumble of words, like as he hit me with like transparent blue vomit. Somebody get up here. Archie, I need you now.
What do you guys do?
I think we're just running down the corridor, sort of half dressed or...
Yeah, like you're pretty much ready. You're in your combat,
I just
whatever
chuck
suit.
the helmet and just be running down with a full suit without the helmet on.
All right. So you're running down with a full suit. You guys reach. What do they find as you get to there? And as what are you doing during this time? You've restored power.
I stand up and I say, Captain, the power is restored. May I suggest medbay?
And then
For you or me?
I reach out my hand and I say, may I feel your heart, Captain? I feel like your heart rate is very heightened.
Just stay back. Do you remember what happened in the last 1 minute of time?
Oh, very much,
and
Captain.
she's screaming at you right now too, because there's something within that
I'm
17 minutes.
Exactly.
And I say, well, Captain, very much. I restored the power. Are
Archie
you okay?
and
Look
Yusuf,
at yourself.
you get back to see they're talking, and it's not pointed at her, but you can tell, Yusuf, with your military background, Akari's ready to, like, that SMG is ready to be pointed at somebody and deployed. What do you guys do?
And I've kind of like got that same crazy look that Archibald had earlier.
And you might arrive as I'm saying, maybe the medbay, Captain?
Does Akari look injured in any way, like any wounds or just a crazed look?
There's like
I think
kind of a thick, milky film on her face.
And
that has an association that wasn't
that,
intended, but you know what I mean.
But can I? Is it okay if I suggest that, like, when I sort of cracked my head on the wall a little bit, and like there's a little bit of blood, I'm going like this on my hand, like you can see that
and her hands are fucking trembling. She's got disadvantage on everything right now.
Exactly. Kind of like Captain Miller in Saving Private Ryan when he's got the cantina.
Yeah.
See that? It all works.
I was just suggesting to the captain that perhaps just to stop by the med bay to see that she is feeling all right.
I think you see, not only do you see the goo on me, but on him too. On Az too.
I think Archie would walk in and just start sort of escorting the captain out, getting her away from Az.
You can see her hands are shaking, and your mind goes to her operating the Cordy with those tremors.
And I'm also saying, as you're leaving me, like, careful. We don't know what we're dealing with here. I don't know what that was. I don't know what happened. And I'm meaning like Az is like a threat. Like
Yusuf and Az, that leaves the two of you behind.
You feeling okay, Az?
Oh, very good, Technician Yusuf. Thank you. As you may have noticed, the power is restored. I say with, a pretty good deal of satisfaction.
Yeah, you're down to about like maybe 12 minutes for if it's going on the same cycle.
Why don't we stay here for now, Az? You'd have to do this again in another 11 minutes.
So this repeats?
Every 55 minutes on the clock.
Oh,
I just think it must be something that triggers it, something mechanical, a device, a source that isn't just like your background radiation. But it seems to affect you the same, anything electromagnetic parts.
That's inconvenient.
Yusuf, maybe there's a way of shutting him down intentionally, so when the pulse goes through, you could start him up again and it wouldn't affect him. It's not clear that would necessarily work, but you could try.
That's a good thought. Well, a thought. Could try and completely power you down, like deep sleep. Let the pulse work and see if I can boot you up and maybe it'll have shielded you. Maybe there's nothing active, whatever these particles are, they're not attracted to you. If you're okay with that, of course.
Perhaps it is worth a try.
Yusuf, I think you have training in robotics, right?
I do, yes.
Okay, so why don't you give us I think you're familiar working with Az as the only android on the crew. You can roll that with advantage.
And as you're doing this, I say, I will tell you, I will confide in you, Technician Yusuf. I'm concerned about the captain. She seemed I'm just quite disturbed. I know this has been very stressful for humans, and I'm
Is that with advantage?
No, I thought I clicked it.
Okay.
Just again.
And she had a very adverse reaction just prior to me getting the computers on.
And I think while Az is doing that talking, I just sort of reach behind and do whatever. Is like,
Yeah. He mannequins once again. Archie, where did you take Captain? Was it back to the bridge?
No, to the med bay. I want to scan to see if this is the same stuff.
Sure.
And if it's affecting the captain, and check that she's okay.
Okay.
And I think, Kevin, that like I haven't even tried to clean myself up. I'm kind of breathing hard, like sweat is pouring down just from like the anxiety.
Oh yeah, and
not
you
even
can feel
from, like,
those things
activity,
like
just
wriggling. It's almost like hookworms, where they were like pinching at your face.
Okay, so maybe I think I am like swatting at them or something, but like they're just not going away. Something I can do.
Would you give us either first aid or pathology if you have it, Archie?
I got pathology. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So go ahead and
Let's give that a go.
Sure.
Oof.
As far as you can tell, there is nothing wrong with the captain. BP is high right now. Her heart rate is accelerated. Her she's agitated. She's definitely in the residuals of some kind of adrenaline event. But there's nothing otherwise physiologically wrong with her.
But do the scans identify this stuff that come out of as the same as we detected before?
Whether the material is the particles would be they're microscopic. You wouldn't be able to, or subatomic. You wouldn't be able to see them.
Are they in that whatever? Are they
uncertain?
I think as you're going about doing this, I'm imagining that you're quietly doing everything and thinking through it. And I'm just saying to you, what is this? What did you do to me?
I don't know, Captain. I've never seen anything like this, and I'll be cleaning it off.
Yeah.
Am I able to clean it off? And
yeah, you're able to get some, and perhaps if you want to grab a scalpel or something to try and, or a sample stick, you could maybe peel a little bit off of her, and then power goes down again. Yusuf, how long do you wait before trying to reboot as?
I think I'll give it 5 minutes.
Okay. So you're waiting.
Then I'll does he react in any way? Does he twitches or
not at all?
Any sort of
and doesn't restart though in the within the minute the way he did before. Yeah. So Az, give us a body save with advantage, please.
Okay. Nope.
So you're restored as, and unfortunately, your memory is the same as if when you woke up in that cryo bay.
Technician Yusuf. Did we already reach our destination? I was not notified that you were released from the pods.
I think there's a stream of expletives, and then Yusuf will give sort of the Cliff's notes off. Well, weird matter interferes with your the ship's card. 55 minutes. Well,
okay.
49 now. Yeah, so give you the full.
You got it. I think. Give us a sanity check, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Because I think that should have worked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Yusuf knows anything about Roll20's dice roller, so one more sanity.
The true horror is...
One more stress, forgive me. Yeah, the true horror, exactly.
True horror begins.
So the power is off once again. Archie and Captain, what are you guys doing while... Because Yusuf is explaining stuff to Archie at this point and had to wait for 5 minutes before he restarted. What are you two doing?
I would say, Archie, that as soon as the power comes back on, it's like my mind suddenly reconnects to what I was supposed to be doing. I'm like, I got to get to the bridge. I got to get to the bridge. And I'm trying to get up, off the table, and like maybe you had put something nearby, whatever, to scan me or something, and I'm like trying to push that stuff out of the way to get out of here.
Okay.
I've got to get the power back on her if we're going to try your plan, Captain.
Right. Yes, right. Let me get to the bridge and get myself ready. Why don't you do that? I got it. Well, we got to check in with Yusuf and see what's going on with Az. And so I'll like hit the comm, like, Yusuf, what's going on?
Now you remember the comms aren't working with the computer being down.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, right. Archibald, did we lose Darren? I lost his.
He's still in the call.
Okay, good. Darren, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just can't see you. Okay, that's fine. So I just say, first, Matt, I'm going to need your help. I got to focus on piloting. I need you to take over and get this crew to do what they need to do. But I'll be ready. I'll get myself ready to do my part. Can you do that?
I'll go and get the power on, and I'll be ready to board the ship.
Okay.
Excellent.
So you guys are passing by the entrance to the central computer where you see Yusuf is just finishing up explaining to Az what has happened thus far. Once again, as Yusuf is dressed in an like a EV suit, and so is, or at least part of one, and so is Archie, the first mate.
So, Technician Yusuf, I'm looking at his attire. Were you planning on going to the ship we are grappled to?
Yes, Archie here. Archie, I think that the source of this emanation, this radiation, is on that ship. We're hoping that if we can get to the source, it'll give us a better understanding, or there will be a way to switch it off.
I have 0G training, if that's helpful.
I'm not sure it'll be good for you to get closer to the source.
I see. Well, let me know if I may be of help.
What do you think, Archie?
I think I'll try and get the computers up and running.
Okay.
Would you like me to assist first, mate?
Maybe you step outside while I do this.
Oh, perhaps I could be useful out there.
Keep your ass away from me.
Does he say that, you think?
He says it under his breath, whether you hear it. You probably do, because you've probably got quite good hearing.
Archie,
I hear everything.
question.
Never mind.
I might be getting this wrong, but I believe both you and the captain had a bit of a freak out while in this room with Az restoring the computer after power down.
Indeed.
I'm not an expert, but why would him trying to restore the power cause him to malfunction? Is there a connection that?
It may be that it's in the system, and him interacting with it is overloading him in some way. This is all just hearsay, and the fear is we haven't got time. We've got to get these.
No, yes. If you can bring the power back on, we'll head across.
Yeah, but take him out of this room while I do this.
Let's go, Az. Let's Archie do the thing.
So, as you would have overheard all that discussion about you freaking out in the thing. So, what, like, you have no recollection of that whatsoever, and you're certainly not programmed to freak out.
Indeed, Technician Yusuf, I'm curious. I don't have any. I understand that my memory data has been imperfect, but I don't have any recollection in my entire existence of having the term that was used was freak out, I believe, that to behave in an anomalous manner in the extreme. What do you think that means in my regard?
Well, I guide Az out of the room so Archie can do the thing. As I say, well, I believe the captain said you acted weird. It may sound wrong, but weirdly human, like you were sort of, panicking and screaming in pain. which we've never seen you do before. That was with Archie, and then with the captain, you vomited all over her.
I lean forward a little.
Like a biological, which I guess you also not really.
Yeah, and you would be able to see like there's white residue on that's still wet on your. What?
I do so. I look back. Is there anyone within hearing distance, Kevin, of us?
Probably Archie if he's left the door open.
I'll lean into Yusef, and I'll just gently take Yusef's elbow, and to steer us. I mean, we're going that direction
off his body,
but with more projectile vomit. No, we'll continue farther, and I'll look back and I'll say, quietly, Yusef, I don't wish to step out of bounds, but when I did come to. Candidly, I felt as calm as you saw me, and it was the captain that was, as you put it, freaking out. So I'm not quite sure that the data seems incomplete. If you will forgive my question.
I don't know if I ever mentioned, guys, but Android Projection was the name of my New Order cover band in high school.
I feel like we do need to start keeping a list of all these bands because we've been in a lot of bands.
Yeah. Busy high school.
Yeah.
Wait, Az, you remember that? That happened before the last pulse.
Oh, that's a good point. Good point. Fair point. I don't remember that, right, Kevin? I don't remember coming to.
No.
I say, well, I'll just, I'll redirect it. I'll say, all I know is did I see the captain at all, Kevin, since?
Oh, yeah. And it was still probably within that 20-minute or 17-minute window. So when she went by with Archie, was not, if she made any eye contact with you, they would have been fucking wild-eyed and terrified.
So just instead of saying that when you walked in, I'm just saying when we both saw her together just a moment ago, Yusuf, she seemed, her heart rate is extraordinarily heightened. She would not let me measure it, unfortunately, which I offered to do, but she refused. And I am concerned about her well-being. I don't mean to, but I'm just simply wishing for her well-being. And the freak out, I think, was hers. I don't believe I do that. What do you think? Have you ever seen me like that?
Not so far, but apparently both times when you tried to restore the computer after one of these pulses, you glitched in a major way that made Archie and the captain react strongly.
Is glitching freaking out?
Yeah, sure. Malfunction, short circuit, glitch.
I see. Well, certainly my memory, I can confirm to you that my memory banks are glitching. And hopefully the captain is okay. I don't know. Do you think this is I think I go for a sniff on my, on the stains or the wet. And I'm like, what does it smell like, Kevin? Can I make anything about it?
Yeah, it's you need not make a roll for it. I mean, it's part of the whatever lubricant or other important fluids that are part of your body. That it's kind of like if a human vomited blood. Like some of that's going to be the contents of your stomach and whatnot too, but some of it is shit that you need in your body. So that ain't good that's happened for you.
I say, well, I will tell you, technician, that at first I thought perhaps this was the captain's lunch, but it does seem to be non-organic.
Captain Liquid Lunch, eh? That sounds all right.
You know what?
I need it now.
What happens on the Cordelia stays on the
exactly.
Cordelia.
Is it the Cordelia or the Exxon Valdez that you are?
That's right. Well, it's about to be.
No wonder it is off course.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, right.
That's actually the secret reveal. Just Captain the car is like, let's go. Archie, would you give us a computers check, please? No advantage or disadvantage.
Can I use hacking or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
2 92s back to back. So then, Archie, would you give us a D100 roll, please?
A D100. Okay. 96.
Nice. So, you can hear them talking outside. I imagine you sort of close the door to the central computer so you can have some privacy. You begin kind of working away on this, and you don't quite notice that there is this tone that starts playing. You know, like when you need to listen to messages or communicate with the central computer or whatever, then it sort of comes out of these speakers, and you don't realize that there's this like buzzing hiss that is coming out of it. And as that is happening, you're typing away, you know, working away on this thing and continuing to get things corrected in it. Spreads, more information is coming up on the black screen, the green things are going by, and you look down at your hand, and there is a seam that kind of slowly forms like a red line along your hand, and then your hand splits open without experiencing any pain, and an infant's fat, chubby finger kind of pushes through on each end of your hand, forming a new hand that continues typing on the keyboard. And if you move back at all, another seam forms on each of those hands, which spreads out and forms more children's hands that begin getting heavy. This repeats about 4 times until you are struggling to hold your hand up because of the weight of everything. Would you give us a fear check first?
I'll give you a pass out from...
Yeah, exactly.
That's surprising.
Give us a 1d3 roll, and then give us a 2d10 roll. Please. 2 more stress, and then give us a 2d10 roll, please.
2d10.
You're holding it together, so you'll gain. Basically, you're going to net 1 stress. So you stagger back, and then there's suddenly a kind of a tone as all the power comes back on, and you're standing in the middle of the computer room, grabbing your hand, and it's perfectly normal.
Oh, it is back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I would head to the bridge where the captain is.
Okay. So, Yusuf, when you finish giving the pep talk to Az, power comes back on. What are you guys doing? You see the door opens, and what's the look on Archie's face as he steps out of the central computer?
I think he's still got his wild eyes, but a more white complexion this time, and his hand on the door. I think we're seeing things in his sort of... It happened again in the computer room, but I'm okay now. But still really shocked and like freaked out, but sort of trying to
the
work out.
Tremors in his voice as he says that tells you he's very much not okay now, but...
I put a steadying hand on his shoulder.
And I look to do the same, like on the other side, like to try to have a hand on his other shoulder.
Is that a sign we're affected by the particle? I mean, our brains are sort of like computers, right? There's like electricity and bits in there.
Maybe. Let's dock and let's
get the Alexis.
Okay, so the two of you are heading to the Cordy's airlock. Where is Az going?
I guess I will. So, First Mate and Yusuf are heading to the airlock?
Correct.
And I know Captain to be... Do I know where the Captain is?
On the bridge, you assume.
I'll go back into the computer room.
Okay. What are you planning on doing in the computer room?
I'm going to, well, I guess, I mean, if there's a way to have like cameras up, if there's a way to watch the progress, because I may be needed, I'm thinking for one thing, they may ask me to do something. So if there's a way to, if there's any cameras on their suit or in the airlock.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start getting set up to be one of the team, back at home base to watch.
They actually were supplied by Shaky and Staticky. So they're real top of the line,
kind of greenish hue.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's always a permanent static over the comm. The video kind of cuts out. There's the VHS kind of rolling number or line.
I don't even see that anymore. I just see
absolutely. It's really a top of the line product. So, Captain, you have shaken the difficulties with the fear from before.
Okay, good.
So you're able to get behind the stick of the Cordy. All the power comes back on once again.
I think I've used my, there's this Marine training, I think it might be Navy SEALs, where they are able to calm themselves down. It's like by counting, and there's
it's
a
called
specific
functional
thing they
alcoholism.
do. Yeah, exactly. Well, when that's not at hand, you count down.
Okay.
And I will do whatever. I'll just kind of kick into that mode of something major is about to happen. I've got to be on the ball. So I'm going to sit there as I'm waiting for this to happen, rather than get myself more anxious because this is very precarious. I'm doing that kind of slow, trying to calm myself down at least a little bit.
Yeah. Why don't you do this? Give us a there's not going to be a consequence for a failure, but give us a straight sanity check, please. No advantage, no disadvantage.
Okay. Here we go. No.
And I'll tell you, even though the dangling crit fail there, still no consequence.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but what I will say is I was seeing whether you could get something to offset the disadvantage from the malfunctioning thruster. But you're going to have to roll a piloting check with disadvantage.
Okay.
It could be pretty funny. This is like a fucking crit fail and you guys fly off into the planet, right?
I'm not sure if funny is the right word, but okay.
Right.
I'm happy to do whenever you're ready for me to make that roll.
If you check in with the others are ready to go.
Yep.
So you can put yourself into sort of the crash cart or whatever it is. Yeah. Those in the airlock, you may want to do the same. And as you're buckled in the computer right now, head back, his eyes twitching. I can see you. Then, Captain, whenever you're ready, give us a piloting check at disadvantage, please.
So the last thing I yell is, "Buckle up, everyone!" And here we go. Oh, come on. Roll 20. Weirdly, oh no, that's sanity. Still didn't go through. Nope, still. Oh, shit. That's a critical failure. Should I make a panic check?
Yes, you do, actually.
All right.
Give us a... What are you at right now?
20. I think I'm at an 8. Yes. Yes. All right. So here we go. Let me cycle back to my roll here. 2d10.
2d10. So you're holding it together, and you can reduce your stress by 1.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay, but what other calamitous things have occurred now that my piloting has gone awry?
Holy smokes. I'm just checking the Starship Combat for... George, would you give us a D100 roll, please?
D100. Here we go. Oh. I tried to D the 100 instead of rolling 1D100, but here we go. What the fuck? Wait. 99. Wow. I think I personally have lost my sanity.
There you go.
There you go. 87.
So, whether it's your nerves, whether it's just bad luck or whatnot, the ship lurches as it's going in. It does slam in, and you're able to get the buckle, but there is so much stress. The whole Alexis begins kind of lurching with the misfired maneuvering thruster on the Cordy, and there's an explosion as a fire breaks out. Would you guys give us, let's see here, the places we've established so far are the bridge, the med bay, the computer room, the bot locker, the armory, and ambush alley, and the engine room, and the airlock, right? Is that all of them? Give us a D8 roll, please, George.
Yep, there we go. 1d8.
Don't mess this up.
2.
What was number 2? Was it the computer room? I said the bridge.
I thought you said computer room, but I know it hasn't been there, so
the captain's trying to screw the android now. I'm pretty sure it was the computer room.
So there is, and you guys have comms established.
Is there anything I could do? I have a vehicle specialization in the Cordy that I took when I got my extra points.
That would have been 53 then for us, so still would have been a crit fail, unfortunately.
No. I mean, could I have us crash in a way that would do the least amount of damage to a place where I'm making something up. I'm just trying to understand my friend.
So let's do this.
I'm just giving my best shot.
This game for sure has a...
Actually, no one has died yet, and we only have a few minutes, so we gotta kill somebody.
Give us a 2d10 roll, please, George.
Alrighty.
Captain.
There we go.
Billiards
14.
room. You take 14 points of damage, and I'd like you to give us a fear check, please, because the computer room is on fire.
All right. 14 points of damage. Okay, then.
Okay. And here, let's do this, guys. Actually, who gives a shit? We can go in. All of you can take a turn right now. You can hear.
Okay.
So you can see on the display. There's a fire in the computer room. You know that Az is in there, and you guys all can hear the screams as just because he does have a, there's a. It's not that he's necessarily in pain, but it's a way of telling people to stop damaging him.
Right.
Make a fear check, right?
Fear check, please. Yeah. At disadvantage.
My plan, Kevin, if it's possible, is to try to turn on any kind of fire suppression system in that chamber, because I know he's an android, and even though it could potentially harm a human, maybe it'll at least, if it's sucking the oxygen out of the room or whatever it's doing, I want to try to at least stop him from burning up.
Yeah, for sure.
With the room on fire, disadvantage, you think?
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Got it.
Still fine.
Nice.
Cool as a cucumber.
I mean, a cucumber that has been parboiled, but yes,
Toasty.
absolutely. Cool as a cucumber otherwise. All right, so who would, Az, do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's
Or do
do
you
it.
want the others to go first?
I'll go.
Give us a body check, please, or body save, please.
All right. And I guess I wouldn't have it on. So close.
George, give us another 2d10 damage, please.
Alrighty.
But then what would you like?
7.
So 7 more damage. Az, what would you like to do?
I would like to leave the room that is on fire.
Okay. Bold strategy. Okay, so you get up and then...
That is android like computation.
No human would think to process this information as quickly as I.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah.
All right, so you go staggering outside. You are actually on fire because of the failed body save. Who's going next? Captain, you had a a clear plan here.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I actually don't know exactly what vehicle specialization covers because piloting is a separate
it
skill.
goes from both driving and piloting and mechanical repair. So give us a vehicle specialization with intelligence. Neither advantage nor disadvantage. Advantage normally you would have, but because it's a panic kind of quick thing you're trying to do here.
Yeah. God damn it. Nope.
Okay. So you're trying to get things operative again. Archie and Yusuf, anything you guys wish to do?
Do we know that the computer room is on fire? Is this
Yeah. And you can hear Az screaming over the comm.
I mean, with dignity.
I think you can barely make out, why did they program me with pain?
Yeah.
With dignity.
I think Yusuf would, his training would kick in. He'll grab like the nearest fire suppressant sci-fi equivalent they have and rush towards the computer room, because if the computer room goes, we're toast.
Give us an athletics check, please.
Oh, I'm in a vac suit, so with disadvantage?
Oosh. Yeah, probably.
All right, but you can do it. I believe in you, David.
Does look pretty funny, though. Look at that!
Yes!
Okay, so here's the question, though. Do you use it to put out Az, or do you use it to suppress the computer? Because Az is currently on fire as well.
It'll be easier to be fixed than the intricate computer of the ship, so I'm gonna ignore Az for now and try and save the computer room. He'll understand. It's a logical choice.
Why did they program me for emotional pain? Oh, God.
It is one insult after another. One insult
Archie?
after another. I mean, I set myself on fire to get a little attention around here, and he just blows right by me.
Okay, so you've suppressed the fire in the thing. Archie, what are you doing?
So did we actually collide with this other ship?
If you look out, you can see and you can hear the rotating. They've made it. So you've got the umbilicus between
we have managed to connect.
In spite of everything going wrong, yeah.
I should just be like bumping the door and going across.
So you'll have to close the door between, because Yusuf has run inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so you close.
Does the first mate see me on fire?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't seen that. Sorry.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Or else, obviously, I'd have come back to sort that out.
I was just checking.
All right, so then here's how we're going to end things. First off, Az, give us a 2d10 roll. Let's see how much fire you take. And then Yusuf will put you out. So 7 more damage, and then Yusuf puts you out. Okay. While this is going on, maybe you're tracking from you've got the internal camera right outside the thing, Captain. You can see that Yusuf has put Az out, who's got like smoldered remains. And that's when you hear the little light comes on the console where Archie has opened the umbilicus and is walking over to the external airlock where entrance to the Alexis is. What awaits him in there? I guess we'll have to find out some other time. So, because we're out of time, guys.
Oh man!
I'm glad we got that fixed. The whole thing solved.
Well, I need to say right away that while everybody is always a fantastic role player, including in this session, special mention of Sean.
Absolutely,
that made it so much fun. You really did a great job. That was really great.
Yeah, it was really challenging with having to reset yourself each time too. That's a challenging role to be in, but you fucking killed it.
And if Kevin's giving me any special instructions for the denouement, we'll just hold that. We'll hold that for next. Whatever.
So we're over time right now, but very very briefly, does anyone have any comments they want to say about Mothership? For the first-time players in particular?
I would say that it is a because I'm one of the first-time players. It's like Aliens, and obviously intended to be so. And the system is very simple, easy to play. It's great. But the system doesn't stand out in a good and a bad, good and a bad way. Like in a good way, it's just very straightforward. Easy to play, and I shouldn't say in a bad way, but it doesn't have anything special specifically about it that makes me go oh, those rules mechanics have this crazy interesting thing, whatever, which is not a bad thing. It doesn't have that, because the point to me is I would just love to play in this setting again, whether that's Alien or Mothership or whatever. I'd be happy to just go back into playing this kind of game again. So it did its job. I felt like its job was to give us the experience, like you said, Kevin, and it totally gave me that experience. So I very much enjoyed everything about it.
Yeah, similarly, I thought it's well suited to what it's trying to do, which is what we use it for, which is a light frame, easy to just jump right in, with a few tools, a few like the critical success and failures and the advantage and disadvantage, some basics. So
and the nightmare tables were where we got those
I
things
did
from.
like that. Yeah, that's a good point. I did like that a lot.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Darren, is your first time?
Good.
Yeah, I mean, similar again. I mean, easy to get your head round, easy to play. Suited, all the mechanics suited the game we played, with the panic or the stress and stuff like that. We didn't quite get to the final sort of levels where we actually went over the edge or anything, but yeah, it felt like it was cranking up. Yeah. Yeah, did you actually go over the edge?
I did.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know how much of that was the sort of the story and the game and the players over the system. But yeah, it didn't.
David, it's your first time on the player side of the fence. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. I think it gets the job done for what it wants to be. So this sort of setup, essentially alien. Space horror, no one can hear you scream in space, that sort of thing. So I think for that it works quite well. It's easy to pick up, not the most complex system, but I had a blast.
Yeah, I'll echo everything. I think that for what it's intending to do, terrific fun. I don't want to short sell it by saying, well, I wouldn't use it for a longer campaign or I wouldn't use it for whatever, because it doesn't feel like that's what it's there for. It is there to play a discrete kind of horror experience, and I think the nightmare tables were super fucking fun. That's what I was using for all the weird shit that Az was experiencing. So it's fun having that. That's out of the Dead Planet book, by the way. I love the loose setting. I think that's a really good thing of just okay, we just need MacGuffin reasons for why shit is keeping you guys all trapped together, and it does a good job of okay. I think it relies on cultural understanding to a degree. You need to be familiar with the source material to get it. If you didn't know what Aliens was or whatever else, I think you might run into that same kind of sci-fi setting problem you have sometimes, where people are well, can I, how much can I scan from the ship, or how much can I whatever, and we don't have teleporters? Right. Okay, so we can't do that. Yeah, great. I mean, I had a blast. I can't believe how fucking fast 4 hours went by.
Totally.
The slow building of stress was fun. This specific scenario had a consequence for the android, but so there was something in the same way that you guys, the non-android characters, were experiencing the build-up for the big scares or potential for that. It's not that you're immune to it, but without that weird malfunctioning thing, recurring malfunction thing, you're kind of not getting a chance to participate in that at all, Sean.
That's true.
As an android, because with an 85 chance as you're starting, 85 is as high as you can get any stat in the game anyway. But you kind of are never going to be scared, but you're always going to cause other people to be scared. Pretty sure I fucked up, and I don't think you have to roll with disadvantage, because you got to be in the presence of an android to do that. So, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Having the android is always the foil.
Well, that's true, Kevin. That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, I think that's not there, but everything that Sean did with the type of character lended itself to me being freaking scared. So it kind of like, it really did. He was on the opposite side of the equation, it felt like. So you don't get to participate in this being scared part, but you're kind of helping scare other people. So not always, but it came out that way, and that I did enjoy that. And Sean, I don't know how you felt about not being able to be scared, really.
I mean, I didn't really notice it because of what Kevin said, that really I was participating, but only because of the scenario, called for me to keep, in situationally, I kept glitching. And so it felt like I was failing sanity rolls regularly there, getting bad panic results on a regular basis. So I didn't notice it, but in other scenarios I might, I'm not sure.
So for those who may be thinking, I've got links down below to the Mothership thing. I would say, like, for an event, if you want it from the GM's perspective, this is the least prep I've done for any player pick or perhaps any session this year. Like, the amount of prep to make the characters takes maybe 5 minutes each. I did take advantage of the name generators out of the Revised Stars Without Number, which is also free on PDF. To give the names, obviously the last names are just sci-fi authors, but I mean the first names I used those name generators, and then everything was out of either the first 3 pages of Dead Planet or out of the core book itself. Great fun. I had as much fun running this as I did any of the other player pick sessions, including Mass Effect, and like Mass Effect took me ages to get ready for it. Not that one is better than the other, but if you have a session where you're going to get friends together and you're just going to play a quick pickup kind of thing, it is definitely worth the look. This was a lot of fun to run, and as you can see, like, we were fucking laughing for most of the time through this session. So it's a good fun, as long as everyone's on the same page of what kind of experience you're gonna get in for. Anyway,
and that, I would say that elevates even my feeling about the game based on that, about the prep time. All of us are GMs, and like that can be something that takes away from the fun of a game when it takes a lot of time to prep. So the fact that it's quick, or if you have a game scheduled and at the last minute somebody can't make it or whatever, that you can very quickly jump into something like this. That's really cool. So so that's another thing to appreciate about the game.
I think none of you guys are super concerned about granularity in your characters either, necessarily, especially for a pickup like this. So like that's also worth recognizing, that you guys just want to have fun playing characters together. If you are more inclined towards this kind of like hyper specializations and special abilities and whatnot, the Aliens RPG is probably a better fit for that kind of group. But it's also a lot more prep work. But anyway, we're over time. Right. So then for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for who deployed the battle bots? For joining us for our second to last, our penultimate player pick of the year, playing Sean McCoy's Mothership RPG. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to most of the games and campaigns we run on the channel, as well as things like Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. You're more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a link down below to obviously to the publishers of Tuesday Night Games is the publisher. I don't know if they've got a free PDF, but it's either a free or a next to free, or you can request a free copy. So like, you can, if you want to check out the game for yourself, I believe you can get it for either cheap or next to cheap. And there's also print versions as well. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. I mean, this is not out of print, but I mean, like, I think Dead Planet is one of the first ones they kickstarted, so that may be trickier to find. If they don't have something in stock you're looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code NobleMuser. I think that's right. It's listed in the description down below. That'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. That'll change in about 4 days, October 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll have the current discount code listed down below there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart crew. So thank you so much for playing today, guys. George, David, and Sean, and especially Darren, who jumped in at the very last second for this. Thank you so much for playing today, guys. I'm very sorry I didn't kill you. We'll try. I promise to try again next time. So next game is Paradar. Paradar's tomorrow. Sean, Darren, look forward to seeing you guys there. So for those listening at home, thank you once again for joining us. And until we see you again, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that the doomed crew of the Cordelia are experiencing as they're simply trying to make their way, earn a paycheck and do some interdictions. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.